At Athens Speedway for the fourth round of the Cyprus Drift Championship. Today is practice, the event is tomorrow. We're setting up for briefing right now. We're going to watch the briefing so all of you guys know what to look for when they do the runs, which will happen shortly. We've got Sparsis, we've got Theo Pastou here, a new driver in the championship. We've got Mike from Drift Kings. We've got Adam as well. And now we're going to do the briefing outside today because inside the briefing it's boiling hot. It's about 32 degrees today. So the drivers have opted to do it outside where it's nice and windy and we have a cool breeze going on. We've got a new track for round 4. It's going to be drawn on the board right now. And it's mostly outside clips with 1 or 2 inside clips and a no-hit cone. Let's find a nice place to stand to watch this briefing. We'll be right at the front so that we can hear what the Neophitos Figartou translates the briefing into English. We're here next to CH Loizou. We've got Polis Konstantino, Andreas Waxi, Petru, Kostas Sparsis.
I'm not going to make a vlog.
And now we're just going to wait for them to draw the layout on the board. You know you're live on YouTube right now. So we've got most of the drivers here. They're not all here, but most of the drivers have turned up to practice. We've got Bambos Halalambos, we've got Tagamura, we've got Simos Tikis that's just been traveling about Europe. From Germany, rocking. We've got Alexis Harris, Eftichios. This guy right here is Savas Spirou. You can finally see some of the faces to the drivers. Theo Pastou, we said before, rocking an S14. Let's quickly go. I'll show you the pit setup until they get the briefing ready. So here we've got Savas with his E46 rocking a Ford Barra engine. It's the only one in Cyprus with the Ford Barra engine. Then we've got Sodas Kyriakos Mariou with his E46 rocking an LS, I think. The same goes for Bambos Nicolaou. He has one crazy setup of manifolds in the front. There we've got the engine bay. Crazy manifold setup. Then we move over to C. Pedro. This is his practice car, not his actual championship car. Then we move over to RB30, if I'm not mistaken, Bambos Tsouris. Then we've got Alexis Harris will be driving Wax's 2JZ S13 because his car is not ready at the moment. Andreas Wax is driving his S14, rocking a 2JZ. Then we've got LC Racing in an R32 with an R34 front end, rocking an RB. We move over to S14 of Theo Pastou. I think we have it. I think it's an SR. Yeah, that looks like an SR to me. Then we've got CH Loizou rocking 2JZ, round about 950 horsepower. Bambos Halalambos with his pink monster. Kyros Artemiou with his E36. Igor with his M3 powered E36. You've seen him in loads of my videos on Instagram. We've got Polis Konstantino with his LS powered E46. Eftichios BMW powered E46 turboed, and we have Chaburas with his S15 rocking a V6 from the 350Z. Moving over to this side, we've got Neophitos Figartou rocking an S13 with a Mazworks SR20, Tagamura with his E46, Babutas with Tagamura's old car E30. Then we move over to Spirou, with the E30 while he's building out his fully race build. Then we've got Simos Tikis with his well-known E36 rocking a 2JZ. And then we finish off with Savas Spiro with his BMW turbo-powered E36. Now let's go down to the briefing room. Another car has arrived. Who is it? It's Stefan Sorin with his livered up Duracell E46. That I think the engine exploded at their last race with fire coming out of the grill. But it looks like he has rebuilt and is ready to drift for this weekend of night drifting. Basically, tomorrow's race will be held in the evening as it's so hot during the day now in Cyprus. And it's going to be lit up with lights. Maybe we'll get to see some of the lights today. All right, now we're back at the briefing. A lot more serious. We've got Bambus Tsuris. They're just drawing the layout. There we've got somebody on the live that wants to see Alexis Harris in person. Ah, your son. Hello. Alexis Harris' son. Let's kiss Nick behind. Right. We just need to wait a little bit until the briefing starts, but it shouldn't be long for us to see what the judges will be looking for this race. As you see, they come in. We have an outside zone. Then it will be either a no clip or an inside zone. Then it's mostly outside. Adam's in the way though. We've got an outside zone, another outside zone, probably either an inner clip or a no-hit zone. Then they come across the parking to an outside zone, outside zone, outside zone, transfer and transition across the track for an outside zone again, and then probably the last box, which has no lines in it, is probably a no-hit cone. Let's see what the judges want. So the red box here is the tower that's in the parking. When I go down to the parking lot course, when we'll be standing in that tower.
Okay, everyone, and hello everybody. So we are here for round 4 this weekend. Specifically, only 2 of us this weekend. Vernon for this round and next round will not be there.
Γεια σας, καλώς ορίσατε στον 4ο αγώνα. Έναν ηθικιό τους δηλαδή, ο Vernon δεν θα μπορεί σε άλλον αγώνα.
I know it's hot, but tonight it's a practice and safety first, so I encourage you to have your racing suits, all your equipment, and tighten correctly your seatbelt. Also remove the pin of your extinguisher and be ready because fire can happen tonight also.
Ξέρουν ότι είναι πυραλαλή, έχουμε προπόνηση σήμερα, σημαίνει ότι να παίξουμε μπελό σε θέματα ασφαλείας, ζώνες, στολές, τα ρούχα μας που μέσα, να βγάλουμε τις ασφάλειες που πας στους πυροσβεστήρες. Μια φωτιά λαλή στην παρτίδα μπορεί να γίνει και σήμερα, όχι μόνο την ημέρα του αγώνα.
See last time on the start between Sergio and Kuta that crash can happen anytime, anywhere, totally unexpected.
Στον τελευταίο αγώνα λαλή είδαμε το χτύπημα με τον Κούταν και το Σερκί. Τέτοιου είδους χτυπήματα λαλή μπορούν να γίνουν οποιαδήποτε φάση, είτε είναι αγώνας είτε είναι προπόνηση, άρα και το νους.
So be careful, and we'll let now Adam explain you the layout of this night race.
Hello guys, this layout we already used before. Maybe as far as I remember the only change is this inside clip. I'm not sure if you
Misha, is the audio good?
All the rest you have been driving a lot of times already.
Τον το λέω δηλαδή ο Άνταμ ξανακάμαμε το, η μόνη διαφορά είναι το σημείο δηλαδή που να το πούμε σε λίγο. Κατά τα άλλα ξανακάμαμε το πράγμα, ξέρουμε την πίστη.
Initiation at the usual place on the left side of the track. And now we are using this inside clip, so not the outside zone we used it in this season previously. So from this point, you should focus on this inside clip, but please don't hit the cone, so you cannot be any closer to the inside clip, so not to hit this cone.
It's a no-hit cone.
It's a no-hit cone. Yes.
Εισαγωγή όπως πάντα από την αριστερή μερικά, θα χρησιμοποιήσουν εξωτερικό σημείο όπως γίνεται τις άλλες φορές, έχει σημείο του μούτρου, έχει κόνον και στο σημείο, το κόνος είναι no-hit, δηλαδή χτυπάς τον κόνον είναι μηδενισμός.
With this inside clip, it's easier for you to connect to this outside zone, so that's why we choose now this inside clip to not to put that much press on you. And from this part, the first first part of this corner is usual, like you should consider it like all the way outside zone until the middle of this track.
Βάλλοντας το σημείο δάμε, δηλαδή διευκολύνει μας να πιάνουμε το σημείο δάμε έξω, για να μην μας στρεσάρετε, που δάμε και εκεί είναι ζώνη, έχει σημεία, αλλά θέλουν το σάτζο, δηλαδή να είστε full ανοιχτοί, να αγκαλιάσετε τη στροφή.
The first tricky part of the track is here. I think it will be a key point, like always. After leaving this outside zone, there is a deceleration zone, so here you can adjust your speed. You get double reduction in the points. One mistake.
Sorry about that,
have
people.
Mistakes also here.
Το πρώτο δύσκολο κομμάτι δηλαδή της πίστας δάμε, μετά από το σημείο έχει έναν deceleration zone και ξεκινάτε κλείετε σιγά σιγά τη γραμμή σας και πιάνουν το σημείο δάμε. Όσο πιο γλύωρα είσαστε μπας στο πατήδι, τόσο καλύτερο και για σας και για την βαθμολογία σας. Αν κάνετε κάποιο λάθος δάμε, δηλαδή πολύ πιθανό να σας δημιουργήσει κι άλλο λάθος πιο κάτω, άρα μπορεί να δείτε διπλή μείωση των βαθμών, δηλαδή να σας καλούν 2 φορές πόντους. Ένα για λάθος δάμε και ένα για λάθος πιο κάτω. Αν το κάνετε σωστά με το σημείο δάμε, έχει ωραία ροή και φέρνει σας έξω δάμε.
Usually we saw two type of mistakes here. The first one, that you are starting to close the line too early, so you are coming in a V shape like this. The other, that you are overshooting, you are in very big angle here because you were just too fast and you will be 2 wheels off here. So that's the two typical mistakes. Of course, you should be somewhere in the middle. So keep a bit more outside line, and as soon as, what I used to say, as soon as you see it as a straight, then you should be back on the throttle somewhere here. Because if you are cutting the line, you are still doing correction, still decelerating, you will be back on the throttle only here. But if you keep your car more outside, then you can be back on the throttle already here and start to accelerate earlier, so you will have better flow and better speed.
Πιο που τα λάθη που βλέπουν συχνά δηλαδή, το ένα είτε κλείουμε πολλά γλύωρα και ερχόμαστε και κάνουμε V, το οποίο V θέλουν, είτε ερχόμαστε τάπο και ερχόμαστε τελείως μακριά από το σημείο, πολύ ρίσκο είναι την γωνιά μας γιατί καταλάβουμε ότι είμαστε σε λάθος τόπο και βγάλουμε τροχούς έξω. Αν το κάνετε όπως λαλεί δαμε, ας πούμε η πράσινη γραμμή, ενάτε σε ένα σημείο δαμε που η γραμμή που είναι το σημείο δαμε με το κράσπεδο και από ο πύργος σχηματίζουν μια ευθεία γραμμή. Μόλις είσαστε σε αυτό το σημείο, ξαναπάτε πας στο πατήρι. Αν κάνετε το λάθος δαμε, να πατάτε το σημείο ουσιαστικά, ενώ αν την πιάτε σωστά, είσαστε ήδη πατημένοι που δαμε και έχετε την απόσταση νουλή δαμε να επιταχύνετε.
Unfortunately, the draw is not accurate enough, but if you remember, because you know the place, in front of the judging tower there is a blue and white curb. It was repainted, so it's even more visible now, and your front tire should be maybe on the edge or 1 meter away of this curve. If you are 1 wheel off here, because we saw several mistakes that you were 1 wheel off here, that will be a mistake. If you are just too far away of this curve, then you will go more to the inside here. So that's why you need to find a very precise line from this point until this point, because even if you have a powerful car, if you are not on the wood line, for sure you will have problems connecting these 2 points in a smooth and fluid way.
We have a wheel on the curb.
The curb is still not the part of the track because the curb is outside the track. So when you are on the curb with the front tire, then 1 wheel off. It's just a visual help for you. It's not the part of the
High
track.
boxing
It's
stuff.
just a visual help for you where you should put the front of the car. Let's pretend there is a inside clip here which you should fulfill in 1 meter.
Λίγο λάθος το σχέδιο, είναι ακριβώς όπως είναι στην πραγματικότητα. Δαμένει και το κράσπεδο που κάτω από τον πύργο. Το κράσπεδο είναι ένα σημείο για σας οπτικό, να ξέρετε ότι πρέπει μπροστά η τροχή σας να είναι είτε ακριβώς πας στην άκρη, είτε maximum 1 μέτρο από το κράσπεδο. Διότι αν έρθετε πολλά μακριά από το κράσπεδο, να σας κλείσει τα κάτω, δεν θα μείνετε ανοιχτοί. Πρέπει να βρείτε τη σωστή ροή, το που πρέπει να βάλετε το μούτρο του αυτοκινήτου για να μπορείτε να βήσετε ωραία το σημείο με τούτο.
On this part of the track you have to focus.
Sorry, Adam. Αν βγάλετε έναν τροχό μπας στο κράσπεδο, θεωρείται ένας τροχός έξω, άρα είναι να σημείωση. Είσαστε είτε πας στην άκρη της γραμμής, είτε μάξιμο ένα μέτρο μέσα.
Το κράσπεδο είπε ότι είναι έξω που είμαστε.
Because just to finish, because of long transition, you can arrive parallel here and have two wheels off, two side wheels off. It happened last year in quali and in battle 1 or 2 times.
Έχετε υπόψη σας ότι αν κάνετε μαλαγιά, θα μην έρθετε να κάνετε τη μεταφορά σας, έτυχε πέρσι που ευκήκαν οι δυο τροχοί που δεξιά μερκάν έξω πας στο κράσπεδο. Τελείως λάθος και προέρχεται που δαμέ.
Also with powerful cars you have to be smart. We don't want to see very aggressive transition here because then you will not get the proper speed to connect the two parts of the track together. So you are going at a good line. Think about I need to accelerate. So you are doing, let's say, a shallow transition on this part, and as soon as you arrive here, we can call it a deceleration zone, but according to the past, it's not a real deceleration zone because you are doing a shallow transition, and the closer you are to this zone, you are making your car in big angle, and then you can continue almost without serious braking. So it's just like, let's say, adjustment in the angle, not really a braking zone. Maybe you can pull the handbrake once or twice, not like blocking your tire, but it's just, let's say, you can make some corrections, not really braking down.
Όσοι έχετε άλλο, αλλά παίξετε το λίγο έξυπνα, διότι είναι μεγάλη αποστάση που δάμε και θέλετε να είσαστε μπαστούν τη γραμμή, να πιάτε μίλια και να κάνετε μια μεταφορά, όχι από το μήπου γωνιά σε γωνιά, να την ανοίξετε λίγο τη μεταφορά σας, ώστε να μπορείτε να επιταχύνετε και να μείνετε ανοιχτοί. Το σημείο. Δάμε είναι deceleration zone, δηλαδή θα παλουκώσετε. Θεωρήστε το σαν μια διόρθωση της γωνιάς σας, δηλαδή αν είσαστε ανοιχτοί και έρχεστε με χιλιόμετρα, δάμε απλά να του βάλετε γωνιά και να φύγει που μόνη της χωρίς να κάνετε κάποια μεγάλη... να κόψετε πολλά.
Εγκλειώνεται με γυροφρένον είπε
να κάνετε ένα αυτό τραβήματα έτσι και να
το
λαθώσει.
γυροφρένον για να έρθει στο σωστό λαθασμό να κάνετε λίγο διορθώσεις εντάξει. Αλλά εγκλειώνουν οι τροχοί.
Παραπάνω με η γωνιά μου να παίξει.
And the same here. The sooner you are back on the throttle, for sure, the more points you will get and the more fluid corner you can do. Because from this point until this point, we repainted some part of the track here to make it even more standard, so it's even more regular. So from this point until this point, you should just moderate your speed. You should use a constant angle with constant throttle, and you should use all the way the outside line in this corner.
Το ίδιο και τα μέλα για την ταχύτητα. Κάμαν τη γραμμή τα επόξω και είναι μια στροφή κανονική, δηλαδή regular. Να πιάτε μια καλή ταχύτητα, να σωστή γωνιά και να μείνετε με την ίδια ταχύτητα όπως να μπείτε, το ίδιο και να βγείτε. Όσο πιο γλυόρα είσαστε μπας στο πατήρι της πεζίνας μετά το σημείο, τόσο καλύτερα για εσάς και για την παθμολογία σας.
And that's why I told you you need to moderate speed here, because if you are accelerating too hard, for sure you will do a mistake here. By going too much outside, then you will overshoot your angle, and then you will make a tricky transition which is not good. So what we would like to see,
I was in the way of the drivers
angle,
checking the board. That's why I've ducked down.
Increase your angle, try to push your car more to the right side of the track. You should do the transition somewhere here, and after the transition you should be already at this outside zone. If after the transition you need to make corrections to fulfill this zone, that means you were in a wrong position here or you had a wrong speed here.
Πας στη στροφή θα με λάλη πρέπει να ρεουλάρετε την ταχύτητα σας, ας πούμε μεσαία γωνιά περίπου, και πρέπει να απολύνετε την γωνιά σας, να κέψετε τα κλείδια αυτοκίνητου σας προς τα δεξιά, δάμε που σταυρώνει ο δρόμος να κάνετε τη μεταφορά και μόλις κάνετε τη μεταφορά να σας τεμπάς στο σημείο. Αν έρχεστε full πατημένοι και επιταχύνετε, να σας πετάξει δάμε έξω, να αναγκαστείτε να κάνετε μια σαντανωμένη μεταφορά δάμε και να είστε τελείως λάθος και είναι ούτε ωραίο. Θέλουν ρεουλαρισμένη ταχύτητα, δηλαδή, constant, συνεχόμενη, μια μεταφορά δάμε και μόλις κάνεις τη μεταφορά να σε ανεβάς στο σημείο.
And to make the finish a bit safer, we put an inside clip here, but this outside zone is not fully on the limit on the track. It's like 1 meter away of the track, and this is also like 1 meter away of the limit of the track. So we would like to see something not in the middle. You will see it when you are driving, so you don't have to go from edge to edge. We would like to see here not to go towards the grandstand, but to close the line, and going more to the inside and arrive in the middle of the track here after the finish line. That's why we have this inside clip here.
Δαμε βάλαν το σημείο των εσωτερικών για θέματα ασφαλείας να μην είμαστε ανοιχτοί που είναι οι κερκίδες. Τούτον το σημείο και τούτον το σημείο είναι και ένα μέτρο μέσα από η γραμμή. Δηλαδή μας θέλουν να πάμε από άκρια σε άκρια, είναι ούτε μέση όμως, να το δείτε που να το οδηγήσετε. Κάνετε το σημείο δαμέ, κάνετε το σημείο του μούτρου και τελειώνετε περίπου στη μέση της πίστας.
Please note the limit of the track is something like this. Okay, so it's not, the limit is not the original limit of the track. The limit of the track is painted with dots, but it's something like this, okay? But anyway, it's an inside clip, so if you are 2 wheels off here, you have nothing to do there, it's a very big mistake.
Η άκρια της πίστας δηλαδή έχει άσπρη δαμέ διακεκομμένη, είναι τούτη που κάνουμε στο έλα της πίστας. Αλλά όπως και να έχει το σημείο εσωτερικό, να είσαστε τα κάτω τα ρισκάδες και ότρους έξω είναι μηδενισμός, είσαστε τελείως λάθος.
And as always, we used to say, Werner is always telling you, if you are doing a good line, then you will have the good angle and also the good speed. Especially from this part until this part, and from this part until the finish line, it's all about the good line and good speed. You need to you need to be very precise on these 2 parts of the track, because if you are not precise on the line, for sure you will have problems with fulfilling the clips, or you will wave, or you will be not able to do the transition in a smooth way. So if you don't have the good fluidity on this part and this part, you will have a lot of mistakes, which will be a reduction in the points.
Όπως λέει και ο Βέρνον, η καλή γραμμή μεταφράζεται σε καλή ταχύτητα και καλή γωνιά. Εν τα πιο τα κρίσιμα τα σημεία εν τούτο δαμέ, μαζί με την ευθεία τέλος πάντων και το κράσπεδο και το κομμάτι δαμέ. Αν κάνετε κάποιο λάθος δαμέ, να σας σαντανώσει, να βγείτε εκτός της γραμμής, να χάσετε σημεία, το ίδιο ισχύει και δαμέ. Αν είσαστε τελείως λάθος σε το σημείο δαμέ, να τα χάσετε τούτα ή να κάνετε διορθώσεις κτλ. Προσπαθήστε να έχετε μια σωστή γραμμή, καλή ροή. Αυτά.
But we always tell you, but you do the same mistakes, that you are using very grippy tires also at the beginning and you are struggling. Especially this part of the track doesn't require that big grip. You will need wheel spin and you will need a very good balanced car to be free to have the proper line. As soon as you practice 10-15 laps and you have the proper line, then you can maybe decrease the tire pressure, but please don't make the mistake that you are putting a low tire pressure and you are just struggling for 10 laps, because it has no sense. So please try to have an easy driving car, and as soon as you are comfortable with the line, then you can go down, because you are just wasting the tire and fuel.
Και που μας λαλούν πάντα είναι ότι βάλουμε πολύ traction στα αυτοκίνητα και με τα λάστιχα μας κτλ. Που στην ουσία δυσκολεύει μας. Προσπαθήστε, ρίψετε ελάχιστον το traction σας, θέλετε ένα αυτοκίνητο που να έχει καλό balance, να μπορείτε να το βάλετε και που θέλετε να πιάσετε σωστή γραμμή, κάνετε κανένα 10 γύρους που ήβρατε τη γραμμή και ύστερα θέλετε πολύ νέο traction για να πιάσετε χιλιόμετρα.
And believe me, if you have a bit less grip, but you have higher wheel spin here on this part, you can get exactly the same speed. Then you have big grip, struggling with the RPM here and maybe some clutch kicks or a big turbo lag, and your engine will not rev up just here in front of the tire. Instead of having a bit less grip, but you can have a full wheel spin and you can rev up the engine faster from here, then the speed here will be exactly the same, and it's way more easier for you as a driver to handle a car with not that huge grip, especially at the beginning.
Αν βάλετε πολύ traction, δηλαδή έχει πάρα πολύ τσάζαμε να σας βογώσει, ενώ κάποιος που να δουλεύει πιο λίγο traction και να κρατεί μηχανή του όξυπνη να ξερογυρίζει, να έρθετε σε αυτό το σημείο τα μέτρα να συγκρίνεις τα δύο να έχουν την ίδια ταχύτητα. Άρα ρίψε το traction σας κάτω, είναι καλύτερο, είναι πιο εύκολο για σας να το οδηγήσετε άμα ξερογυρίζει και είναι μπαλουκωμένο χάμε.
Questions?
Φίλε, στα 30 σημεία ήταν όχι. Θέλουμε να είμαστε κοντά του, δηλαδή θεωρείται σημείο να το πιάνουμε το σημείο με τα μούτρα.
Αφατσίς τον κόνο
Ναι, θέλει σε κοντά του όμως, δηλαδή με τα μούτρα να περνούμε αλλά να είμαστε κοντά τους ή απλά να τα αποφεύγουμε.
Όχι, αφού πρέπει είναι ο κόνος και έχει γραμμή, ένα μέτρο μετά τον κόνο. Είναι ο ρέξος τη γραμμή.
Θεωρούνται εντάξει.
Γλυφτά.
Chiudo alla esoterica. Da Cipono
Τούτον και τούτο. Have cones here. This one and this one. And if we hit the cone, 0.
Yeah, same, yes. You are right.
No hit και εκείνα τα σημεία, άμα φατσίσετε τον κόνο είναι μηδενισμός. Έλα.
Dovessi potuto amare di te, non si ricco,
Εφτάσια. Είπαν οι συζητήσαν πριν έφτασαν.
So guys, I advise you to practice good tonight, and we have the same briefing tomorrow morning. So if you have any other question, feel free tomorrow morning.
Κάνετε καλή προπόνηση λαλή υπόψε και έχουμε το ίδιο briefing αύριο το πρωί, ότι οι ερωτήσεις αύριο.
Το λοιπόν ρε, να σας βάλω στο τρίσκο ταμέ που έχουμε πρόβλημα, που είναι οι γραμμές, θα θωρείτε. Εντάξει, να μπορώ να στο τρίσκο για να θωρείτε. Άντε, ξεκινάτε και καλή επιτυχία σε όλους.
Alright people, let's go. This is what it looks like. Take a screenshot if you want it for the practice. I'm gonna head down to the tower so that I'm ready before all of the drivers start coming down to the parking for practice. Box in the lap in Finland I didn't go. I watched some of it from the live stream, but I will be going to Latvia and Germany. I'm going to be driving from Cyprus to Germany, but first we'll be going to Latvia to Drift Masters, and then we'll drive over to Ferropolis for Drift Masters as well, and I'll be bringing you some live action from the practice of Drift Masters and interviews and stuff with El Agogo and a lot of the other drivers. We'll meet up with Bandana Boy. Haven't seen him in a couple of years. See what James Dean is up to and the rest of the gang from Drift Masters. Now we have a long walk down to the parking lot. I hate doing this bit. I don't have my bicycle with me today. I don't have a scooter or anything. So you're gonna have to bear with me while I walk down here. As you see, the briefing is in English, because Mike and Adam are English speaking, and then it's translated by Neophitos Figartu. He's a driver from the pro category. He's in the S13 with the Mazworks SR20. And then the translation, there are no questions. Only a few drivers had a few questions, and we will see now in the practice if they understood what was said in the briefing. I cannot be bothered to walk. Here we have Daniil. If you've been watching from the Cyprus Drift Championship and you see all of these crazy FPV shots, it's Daniil that's doing them. Check FPV on Instagram. Go over, check him out. He's got lots of nice stuff, and he'll have lots of nice stuff after this weekend. It's nice, the layout, huh? They made it nice this time. Yeah, this wire is very low. I almost passed with the van from there. Knock it down, they will kill us. Thank you, bro. That's his Instagram right there. Let's steal this bottle of water because it's cold. I'm going to be up in the tower right here, but I'll just quickly show you the track from the veranda. And I will be putting on my lav mic if it sounds a bit windy. So they come down, they initiate, the outside clip is just behind the palm trees. They come in, inside zone, no hit. They will get a 0 if they hit that cone. They come round, they transition for an outside zone there. They want them to stay on the outside. At this outside zone over here, it's a decel zone. Inside clip, no hit zone as well. They come around this turn. One wheel out on this apex will be a markdown in points. They come around this turn, and they want them outside zone for this one, and this one. They transition across the track. This zone, it's not completely outside. It's about a meter from the outside line. And then this cone is an inside zone and a no-hit zone. And the finish line is the blue dotted line over there. Let's get inside. I turned the air conditioning on, so it should be lovely in here. Oh, it's lovely in here. Yeah, the windows is... we've got to wait another 10 minutes for the sun to go down. But I'll film on the outside of the windows until the sun goes down, because there's too much glare on the windows and we're not going to be able to see anything. Let's just check the comments quickly. I'm not impressed with the comments section in Streamlabs. Box in the lap. They need a pressure wash. They do, bro. Look at how horrible that window is. The track is the parking course for this round. Just give me a second, guys. I'm just going to unplug the power bank and plug in the microphone. Box in the lap. Can you do what you did last time and just let me know you can hear the audio well? Is it nice, clear? Can you hear me? What's the metal thing on the table? This is an ashtray, and this is some mount thing that was left from the live stream last week. Can hear the audio, perfect. I'm just going to stand right here so that I'm in front of the air conditioning until we have the first car come down. Oh, why is it? Oh, it's like 32, 35 degrees today in Achna. But where we're from, with CH Loizo, we're in Nicosia, and it's like 37, 38. So it's a nice change in temperature coming down to the track. Because the track is situated quite close to the seaside, you get that nice sea breeze that comes up across the land. And the land's pretty open here because it's Achna is in the red villages. That's what we call them, Gokinohorka. And if you can see out there, all of the potatoes that you get in your supermarkets, if they're from Cyprus, they're from these fields. It's red villages because of the red dirt, but it's all basically farms out here, so there's a lot of wind that comes towards the track. Well, the judges are going to love me. They had no idea. They didn't turn on the air conditioning when they went to the briefing, and it was boiling in here, so they're going to be quite happy when they come up here. We will probably get kicked out because I will speak a lot during the live and I will give them a headache. So I'll step outside, and they don't stay here for the whole practice. They only stay here to watch some of the runs, and then they go back to their hotel so that they're ready for the next day. But yeah, we've got the last tweaks. These round things outside, these things right there, they're inflatable lights, so they'll be pumped up with air, and then it's like a huge diffuser basically, and they'll light up. We'll have lights there, we have some lights along the main wall of the track, and then on top of the roof of this place there's 360 LED lights, lots of LED lights on the grandstands, and on this side unfortunately we don't have anything. Yeah, I turned on the AC, it was far too hot in here before.
Yeah, but it's quite windy outside, so if
Yeah.
you open the doors, the
Yeah,
windows, I think
true.
it will be okay. The windows are not clean.
Oof. No, they're not clean at all. That's what we were.
Look at that corner.
Yeah, they're gonna need to be cleaned better for tomorrow for the judges, because tomorrow it's gonna be in the night. I mean, once the sun goes down, it should be much better in here. But we can tell the organizers to just make sure the windows are clean. Let's check some of the comments here. If I was there, I would watch all of it. I paid to watch the whole practice. I will watch the whole practice. To be honest, on practice days, the spectators don't pay to enter. So it's just they arrive. They don't enter from this gate. This gate is for the drivers only. They enter from that gate. They can park in the parking lot that's behind the grandstands, and they can choose wherever to sit. As you see, we've only got like 10 spectators today. Most of the spectators don't come to practice. They mostly come to the race. Don't forget that it is Friday today, and most people are just finishing work. And by the time they go home, shower and everything, I feel like they are like, well, I'm not going to go watch the drifting. If they're going to come tomorrow, they're going to wait for the busy part of the race weekend. Drifter Foddies, hello, bro. I can hear the cars in the track. They are free drifting for the spectators. The drivers, they pay to drift today. I think it's €80 for the whole day. The track was open today for the whole day for them to practice, but because of the heat, everybody came now, and from 5 until 7, they were drawing the new lines of the layout, so most of the drivers arrived around 5. Is somebody calling me? No. Igor, I won't be coming tomorrow, bro. I need to get ready for my trip. And as you know, I don't come to the championship this year anymore. Maybe I'll come next year. A few teams have given me some quite interesting offers for next year. So maybe I'll be coming back and filming CH Loizu and another team. But I won't say who yet, because I don't know if it's 100%. Are you coming to practice, Igor, today? Anyway, now we've got Bolis Costantino just doing a test drive with his LS-powered E46 around the track. Yeah, bro, win it for me. Get podium and kick some ass. All right, guys, give me just 2 seconds. I'm going to leave you here so you can watch the beautiful sunset of Akhna Speedway. I'm going to go to the toilet quickly so that we don't do it halfway through the live. Actually, let's film the first run. We have Sava with his Barra powered E46 D-cell zone, very far away from the clip. As he powers, yeah, we're definitely going to have to film outside. And he stalled the car over there. Anyway, I'm going to go quickly to the toilet, and then we can film the rest of the live stream. Bear with me, people. I will be back in 2 minutes. Alright, people, I'm back. I'm gonna go outside. We've got Bolis Costantino. Bouncing off the rev limiter. Wow, it's so loud out here. I can barely hear myself speak. Can you actually hear me talk? That's why I film inside, to be honest, because I can actually hear myself speak. That sunset, yeah, guy, it's amazing. Next car we have Savas SP, he's in semi-pro. Nice through the zone over there, missing the zone on the wall, claiming the inner clip. Can't quite hear well. Okay. So when I'm outside, I'm going to take off the lav mic and scream a little bit louder. I wish I noticed the windows were dirty. I would have cleaned them myself. Now we've got Dagamura. He missed the first inner zone, claims that zone, claims that line. Ooh, 2 wheels out, almost clipping the wall. Very close to the inside zone. He transfers, pushes the car to the outer lines. Perfectly through that mid-zone, but misses the inside clip towards the end. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 clips. Another 15 minutes and the sun will be completely below the wall of the track. Is this on the outside? Yeah, it's on the outside. Maybe we can clean it mid-live. Let's just get some toilet paper. Actually, this paper is better. Now we've got Kostas Sparsis. Gets the 3rd zone. Around to the 4th zone. Could have filled it a little bit more. Inner clip. Perfect. Round to the outside zone. Can't see very well from here, but it looks like he got most of the zones, filled them really nicely. Coming and transitioning. Perfect through that zone. On into a spin just before the finish line. Let's clean this window quickly. Let's use my big bottle of water. Let's take this paper. I need to get a tripod for this phone. Excuse me. That's Theo Pastu driving. New driver in semi-pro, while you watch me clean the window of the briefing of the tower room. Let's see what that did. Much better. Let's close this door because it's so loud I can't hear anything. Whoops. How have I turned this around? Oh, here it is. Me being media, not knowing how to flip my screen. Alright, we've got Savas, semi-pro with the Ford Bara engine. Needs to get closer to the inner zone. Completely misses all the outside zones on the big turn except that one. Comes to transition. Misses that zone as well and across the line. I'm gonna take the lav mic off completely because I feel like the audio might be a bit cleaner. Next, we have Kyros Artemiou. Gets zone 2, inside zone. Gets zone 3, on full accelerator. Gets zone 4, inner zone. Claims the cone, so this would be a 0. Semi-pro will find it a little bit hard to get to the outer zones. Missed the zone there. Basically from this turn here until up to the outside zone there and the outside zone there, for pro category they're going to be marking it really strictly. But when I spoke to Mike and Adam before, they told me that they're going to be a bit more lenient to the semi-pro cars because some of the cars are underpowered and they can't reach these 2 outer zones. Yeah, it's one of the first Para engines in Cyprus. Here we've got Babutas. He hasn't driven for a long time, and he's driving a car that doesn't belong to him, so he needs to do a few runs to get the feel of the E30. It might be a good idea if they close the gate to the track, because if anybody comes in mid-run, it could be a bit crazy. Okay, we've got Bolis Constantinou getting zone 2 inner clip to out of zone 3. Pushing the car full throttle out to zone 4. Decelerating a little bit to claim the inside zone. He misses the inner clip. Powers the car to the outer edges of the track, getting zone 5, I think, 6, 7. He could have been a bit deeper, and he has scrubbed all his speed and gone into a stop. I think if any stop oil protesters came into the track in Cyprus, I think they would get mowed down by the cars. But yeah, I don't condone that kind of behavior at all. We've got Sorin coming in far too hot, flicking the car, missing the zone. Quite a scrappy run, but it is the first run of the day. Fire shooting out of his bonnet. Yeah, I'm not going to comment on this run. It's the first run for Sorin, and he needs to figure out the line much better than that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm getting confused with the zones. There's so many of them. The lights have been turned on over there. We should be getting all the lights coming on soon. We've got Eftichios coming in up to zone 3. Could have been a little bit deeper. Zone 4 in a zone 5. Perfect. He powers, transitions across the track up to zone 6. Missing zone 7. Missing zone 8. Flicks the car, just gets one wheel into zone 9 and not too close to the inner zone across the finish line. There we go. The sun is about to go under the mountains. Just goes to show they don't know what they're protesting about if they're at an EV race. We've got Pedro takes out zone 2, the inner clip. That would be a 0 through zone 3. Zone 4 coming up to inner zone 5. Almost goes into a spin. Clutch kicks the car, pushes it to zone 6, 7, and 8. Could be a little bit deeper. Transitions across the track perfectly through zone 9 and completely far away from the inner clip that's at the end on the finish line. There's the drone. It's up there flying around. You met the guy before. There's no inner zone now over there, it's been knocked out. We've got Dagamura coming, claiming zone 3. Through zone 4. Didn't decel the car enough, missing the inner zone there on zone 5. Going through zone 6 almost. Nice angle for the rest of zone 7, 8, 9. He misses it, and zone 10. He could have been a little bit closer and goes into a spin across the finish line. Let's see who else is coming down into the layout My water is already warm. I wonder if they're going to put another clip for the inside zone, the one right there, which the cone has been shredded and it's on the floor. Because it's not really fair on the other drivers. Okay, so we have Kostas Parsis getting zone 2. Transitions across the track. Could be a bit deeper in zone 3. Perfect through zone 4. Decells the car, misses the inner clip on zone 5. Transitions across the track. Pedal to the metal. Claims zone 6. Misses zone 7. Misses zone 8. Transitions across the track. A bit too late on the transition then. As they said during the briefing, if you mess up your line on this clip zone here, it will completely mess up the rest of the layout. Alright, so Chelebis, the main organizer of the Cyprus Drift Championship, has gone and swapped out the cone on clip 2 in a zone. We've got some people running through the pit, running through the layout. Better run faster than that, mate. They brought some fuel to power up the generator for the lights. That's what that is. Now the sun has set behind the mountains over there of Oroklini. The lights are all been turned on, and slowly they'll inflate them with air so the diffuser gives off a nice balanced lighting around the track. I hope none of the drivers clip these lights because they look super expensive. The lights are on there, but the light there and the lights on the grandstand still haven't been turned on yet. And I wonder if they've turned on the lights on top of the tower. So there was just an announcement now from Avgusti, who is the manager of the racetrack, and he's told the drivers that they cannot cut through the middle of this. If they spin out anywhere around this area here, they are not allowed to drive through the middle of the circle because all of the lines of the power run to the main generator, which is in the middle. And they'll cut them up, melt through them with their sticky semi-slick tires. As you see now, these balls have slowly filled up with air. And we'll disperse the light nicely. Let's tell, did they turn on the lights on the tower? And ups and down, Marius. Και απέναντι από εκεί στην κερκίδα να ταψείς. Εντάξει. So Marius has turned on the lights on the tower, and the only lights that need to be turned on are the ones that are just underneath the branding on the grandstand and the one that's there. And once he gives the okay, we'll head back into practice. Let's see how the iPhone holds up filming this in the night, because the iPhone is not that great for filming at night. If Driftmasters went to Cyprus, would Athena be the ideal location? Of course it would. It would be the only location. It's the only place we've got grandstands that are covered, but it wouldn't be held in the parking. If Driftmasters ever came to Cyprus, Driftmasters, please come to Cyprus. It would be held in the main track on the Kuma line with the transition on the wall that you watch at the final of Drift Kings, which is the super final that happens in October here in Cyprus. It would be mainly that track, but I can't imagine Driftmasters ever making a race in Cyprus. Logistic-wise, for all of the drivers, it would have to be around where the ferry would be open, and the ferry only lasts for 3 months. It's basically, it starts in May, June, July, August, September, so it's like maybe 5-6 months, but it gets fully booked really quickly. And the only other way for the drivers to ship their cars to Cyprus would be with salamis. And when El Agogo went to Drift Masters, it cost him, I think, around 2-3 grand just to ship the car to Cyprus. Whoa, 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 there's people crossing the track as Theo Pastu comes in, claims the second zone, hits the cone so there would be a 0. Very shallow into zone 3, 4 and inner zone 5, missing it, putting a wheel almost out. And goes back up to the start line. Theo Pastu has just started drifting this year. He has a BMW E46 that is being built for semi-pro, and this is his practice car. It's an S14. I think it's an SR20. We can go and talk to him later in the pits and see what he's rocking in the S14. And he said that he's going to give it a go and race this event. He's starting in the middle of the championship, so he's starting at round 4. I think he just wants to get some seat time and race in semi-pro and feel the race life and feel how the pressure and everything that comes along with drifting. Theo Pastu was a champion in time attack. He had a radical, and he has now decided to stop doing time attack and start doing drifting, which I'm really happy for. We've got Bambos Halarambos coming in, claiming zone 1 and 2, goes through zone 3, perfectly through zone 4, decels a bit, misses zone 5, powers the car up, transitions across the track to zone 6, through zone 7 with a tap of the brakes, through zone 8 nicely, transitions across the track through zone 9, and is the first driver to get close to zone 10. Was a very nice tidy run by Bambo, a little bit of corrections pressing the brake throughout his run, especially in this area here where the judges said that they want a nice flow for the drivers. They want them transitioning in and carrying a perfect speed and consistent speed around the track before they transition for this zone, which is not completely on the outside. Next we have we've got Alexis Harris. He'll be racing with Andreas Wax's 2JZ S13. He normally drives an S15 2JZ, but currently he's rebuilding the engine after the last round, so he'll be driving this car. So he needs to get the hang of it. It's an S13 with an S15 front end. Must be pushing around 800 horsepower. To scroll down in the comments on this app, it's so small, the box. Damn that E36 money to ship an E36 to Cyprus. Happy 4th July to any Americans in the chat. Yep, happy 4th of July to my cousin if he's watching. He's out in Louisiana. And to any other Americans that are on the chat. Coming in now, we've got Kyros Artemiou. Claims zone 2 nicely, flicks it across the track to zone 3. His front wheel spinning in the air as he decels. Looks like it's a very nice and close proximity to zone 5 as he transitions to zone 6, zone 7, zone 8. Flicks the car through zone 9, but too far away from zone 10, which is the inner clip. Some random questions today, box in the lap. So the best food that you can try when you come to Cyprus is called souvlakia. It's in a pita bread, and you get pork or chicken marinated, and there's this thing called sheftalia, which is delicious when you squeeze some lemon on it. So yeah, souvlakia and souvla is what I would tell you to eat when you come to Cyprus. We've got Babutas, initiates into the track with the E30. Powers the car but straightens up, goes back towards the start line. Thanks to all the viewers that are in the live stream. I would appreciate it a lot if you hit the subscribe button and turn the notifications on, as I will be posting a lot this year, and I will also be posting from Driftmasters with El Agogo in Latvia, and then we'll be heading over to Ferropolis in Germany to also film El Agogo and all of the rest of the drivers of Driftmasters. So if you want to be there for the action, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure you click on notifications so you see my latest videos. We've got Bambos Nicolau with his LS-powered BMW, comes in, gets zone 3. Little dab on the brakes for zone 4, gets zone 5 nicely. Transitions across the track, power on to reach the outer zone, misses outer zone 6, 7, and 8. 8, he claims it, but could have been a bit deeper. Transitions across the track. Front of his car went through that zone. I wonder how they get marked for that. I think they're transitioning because they want you to be deep in zone, I think it's 6, 7, 8. If you're not perfect on zone 8 and you delay your transition, you end up going through this outer clip with the front of the car. Okay, we've got Sorin coming in, spitting flames from the bonnet as he goes through zone 3. Zone 4, too much power though, missing zone 5, almost going into a spin. Powers on the car, straightens though, gets the complete wrong line, and now he's shut down the lap. Sorin needs to work on his lines a bit. It's the second run where... David, if I go outside the box, it's so loud that when I speak, you won't be able to hear me. I can do it for this run if you want, but it's so loud that I'll end up screaming. And everybody outside doesn't want to listen to me shouting. There we go, Stas Sparsis. Transitions across the track for zone 3. Zone 4. We can't see zone 5 from here. Pedal to the metal for zone 6. Zone 7. Zone 8. Perfect from Kostas Sparsis. Transitions, but he's too far out. The judges said that they want them near this inner clip that's right there. People who are going to the outer zone there will be marked down for that. Igor, how was today's practice? Any twins driven today? I didn't see Igor, Misha. Vamos, hala, Rambos! Just reading the rest of your comments. Vamos, hala, Rambos. Powers to zone 5, 6, 7. Pushes the car to the outer zone 8. Comes up for the transition, and again Bambos is far away from the inner clip. His previous run was way better. He was much closer to that cone. Adam, this cone here, it's an inner clip?
Yes, that's the last inside clip.
Yeah, everyone's missing it so far.
Keep them away of the grandstand.
Yeah, so Adam just told me that it is an inner zone, and it's to keep them away from the grandstands. We've got Spiro with his E30, flicking the car to zone 3. He could have been deeper. Zone 4. Missing zone 5. Transitioning across the track. Misses zone 6. He's on the inside, missing zone 7 and 8. Pushing the car. Not a very good run there by Spiro. He missed most of the zones. Not what the judges are looking for. Εν βλέπουμε που μέσα πρέπει να έχουν να πλύνουν τα τζάμια που τα πέρσι. Έχεις δίκιο ρε David, ήταν αρκετά dirty. Αλλά τώρα που να πέσει ο ήλιος θα φαίνεται το reflection. We've got CH Loizu getting zone 2, pushing the car out to zone 3. Could have been a bit deeper. Could have been deeper for zone 4. Zone 5, the inner clip, he gets it nicely. Pushes the car out to zone 6, he misses it. Zone 7 could have been deeper. Zone 8, he could have been deeper on that as well. Transitions across the track, and he's sort of close to the inner zone there, but he needs to tidy up his run much more than that. So what David said was that the windows haven't been washed since last year, and he's not wrong. Because we're where all the farms are in Cyprus, and it's very humid at the track during the summer, all the windows get wet. They just they pass through the fields with the tractors, and all the dirt comes and sticks on the windows. We've got Alexis Haris, transitions a bit too late for zone 3. Pushes the car through zone 4, but he could have been deeper. Misses the inner clip on zone 5. Pushing the TKZ for zone 6, 7. A little bit of correction, too much angle, and goes into a spin with Alexis Haris. Practice finishes at 10 o'clock in the evening. I'll be here for most of the practice. Next driver we have is Kyros Artemiou. Gets zone 2 really nicely. Transitions across the track. Perfect through zone 3. Looks like he has a little bit too much angle. Scrubs his speed a bit. Gets zone 5. Transitions across the track. Pushes into out of zone 6. Wheel in the air at the front there, zone 7 and zone 8. He gets it nicely. Transitions a bit too late. He's transitioned a bit too late here and missed it, and he wasn't close to the inner zone there, which I feel there should be a box there because people aren't realizing that that's a clip. Ιωαννίδη, γίνον το clip για μένα να βαφτεί κουτίν για μένα. Alright, so they're trying it out and seeing what it's going to be like. We've got Neophitos Figartou who did the briefings in his SR20. I am not going to have a voice later tonight. Messes up zone 4 and zone 5. Transitions across the track. His line is completely off. I wouldn't waste the tyres, Figartou. Go back to the start line. A very scrappy run there from Neophitos Figartou. I don't know what happened there. He was doing well until zone 3, but in zone 4 he made a huge correction that messed up his run for zone 5. And then when he came up to zone 6, he was in the middle of the track, nowhere near where the judges want the drivers to be. Now the wind's picking up. We have Bambos Nicolaou pushing the car to outer zone 3, outer zone 4, gets out of inner zone 5, transitions across the track. Could have been a bit deeper in zone 6, deeper in zone 7 would have been amazing. Zone 8 he gets it pretty well. Transitions across the track, and all the drivers are miles away from this cone. So many of the drivers are going to get their points marked down for that. We've only had Bambos Halarambos actually get this zone on his first run. Alright, now we have Bambos Souris missing zone 3, completely on a shallow line on zone 4, and shut the car down on zone 5. Let me just read the comments because I think David is telling me that I'm shouting too much. Best run until now for Kyros. Alright David, on the next run I'm going to talk much lower. let me know after the end of the run if you can hear me over the cars. See you tomorrow, guys. The judges are off. That's perfect. That means I have complete range of this area. Perfect. Λαλείς μου ρε David, αν με ακούσεις τούτη τη φορά να μιλήσω λίγο πιο χαμηλά, γιατί δεν ακούω καν τη φωνή μου. Πάμε! We have Sorin comes in, transitions across the track into zone 3, zone 4, slows down a bit for zone 5, could have been a little bit closer to the cone. He straightens and he's missed zone 5, 6, 8. Wow, Sorin's car is noisy. Again, he missed zone 6, 7, 8. He filled it a little bit, transitioned too late, and pushed himself far out to the outer zone. They want them on the inner clip. I'm saying this because when the drivers watch this live later on, the judges want you to be on the inner clip. So far, only Bambos Halarambos has got this zone. Very clear. Perfect. Thank you, David. Judges made a briefing at the beginning of the video. You were watching it. They didn't really say anything. They just told me good night and they've headed back to their hotel so that they're ready fresh for tomorrow morning. Now we're waiting for the next driver. A few people have come and turned up to watch the practice. We've got 5 people on that grandstand, maybe 20 people on that grandstand. On top of the canteen, we've got another 10, and there's another 10 maybe underneath the canteen. We're going to have a run, and then the judges are going to cross the track. Who do we have now? Pop, pop, bang, bang. We've got Savas SP, comes in, transitions too much angle and scrubs his speed and shuts the run down. Another scrappy run by Savas SP. He needs to get his lines down. He came in far too fast and put on too much angle at this zone, which scrubbed out his speed completely, and he came to a stop. I was speaking to Ioannidis before about them painting a box there. He told me they're going to do it tomorrow. But they're going to make a little mark out. They're shutting down the run because there are people in the track. And they're going to make a quick box now because most of the people are missing this inner zone across the finish line, which is stopping the drivers get pushed out towards the grandstand area. So hopefully the drivers see the line now and get closer to this inner zone that's across the finish line on zone 10. I am going to trip up on these things on the floor. Does that identify as an EV? It's a good question, bro. How many international drivers at Aachen? We don't have any international drivers in Aachen racing in the championship. We did in the past. We had Federico Serifo come from Japan from Team Orange. And when the track first opened, Team Orange flew out and they did a drift show at the track. I wasn't here then. I was still in the UK. But Kumakumbo came. Who else came? Sleepy the manager came. Federico Serifo came. And Suzuki-san from Ibisu came down as well. Let's go. We've got, I think that's Kyriakos Aristidou getting zone 3. pushing the car through zone 4, slows down the car, gets zone 5, but shuts down the run. I think he scrapped too much speed for the inner clip, so he shut it down not to waste tires. So what was the reason for English briefing if they're all Cypriot? The judges don't speak Greek. Bambos Halarambos, transitioning to zone 3, very nicely, very close to the edge of the track through zone 4. Decels, makes a mistake, straightens on the inner clip 5. Going back to the start line, not to waste any tires. We're on the live. You want to be on the live? Ioannidis, one of the organizers, standing next to me. Power Drift Club. We've got Bolis Costandino, NGSLS powered, BMW getting zone 3, pushing the car to zone 4. D-Cells gets zone 5 very nicely. Transitions across the track, power. Zone 6, misses zone 7, pushes the car out to zone 8, could have been deeper. Transitioning, and again missing zone 10. I'm loving the neon lights on Bolis' car now that now it's gone into nighttime mode. The car is looking really fresh. So happy for Bolis Costandino. He's been racing in the Cyprus Drift Championship with his E30 for God knows how many years, and he told me, James, when my new car is finished, it's going to be fire. I can't wait. I've drifted the E30 for far too long, and he's done a really nice job on that E46. We've got Spiro claiming zone 2, pushing the car to zone 3, missing up his line a little bit for zone 4. D-Cells, but misses completely zone 5. Power, missing zone 6, missing zone 7. Got zone 8, but he could have been deeper. Transitions, and almost gets zone 10. Yeah, basically the one judge, Vernon, is from Drift Masters, like Mike says, but he's not going to be here for this race or the next race because he has other races to attend in another country. Mike is the CEO of Drift Kings, and Adam is a Drift Kings judge. We've got CH Loizu. Shuts down the run, but then powers back on the accelerator, getting zone 4, 5, pushing around, gets zone 6, but I think there needs to be a little bit more angle. Pushes the car to zone 7 and 8, but could have been deeper. Transitions and gets zone 10. But as that run was not a complete run, we won't be counting that zone because he spun out, basically scrubbed too much speed and came in with too much angle. All right, who do we have now? Coming into the track sideways, claiming zone 2 nicely is Andreas Wax with his 2JZ powered S14. Andreas Wax on fire this year. He's doing really well. Misses zone 5 after I say that. Transitions across the track, gets zone 6. Nice, consistent through zone 7 and zone 8. Powers the car around on the outside of the line. Transitions for zone 9 and misses zone 10 completely. I'm stating again to all the drivers that are going to go home and watch this live tonight. You're getting the zone nicely here, but you're missing the zone there on zone 10. You need to be closer to the inner zone. We've got Yokos here giving us the thumbs up. He's climbing on the hay bales to get a better view for his photos. Neophytos Figartu SR20 S13. Transitions to zone 3, he could have been deeper. Zone 4. Crash kick. Pushes the car to zone 6. Could have been deeper. Could have been deeper on zone 7. And zone 8 misses it completely. I want to see a better run from Neophilos Figartou. It sounds like he's clutch kicking the car a lot, especially in this area here. Maybe he missed the gear or something, but we'll see what happens on the next run from Neophilos Figartou. Now we've got Theo Pastou in the S14. Transitions, but the car straightens. He didn't have enough speed to push the car through the layout. Pushes the car out to zone 6. A bit of a tap on the handbrake. Misses zone 8. Transitions. Gets zone 9 and misses zone 10. This is the first time Theo Pastou is actually practicing with the pros and the semi-pros. So I don't expect him to be amazing. He needs to get some lap time down and feel comfortable in the car because it's a freshly built S14. I've only seen him practice once in it so far. So we won't be too harsh on Theo Pastou just yet. We've got Cyprus. He would have got a 0 because he hit the first cone, but he pushes the car, misses zone 4, misses zone 5, pushes the car out, gets zone 6, could have been a bit deeper in zone 7, perfect through zone 8, transitioning across the track. Cyprus got most of the clips. He got this clip, but he missed zone 10. And he could have been a bit deeper on basically 6 he got it, 7 and 8 he was a little bit too shallow. Next run. We've got Bambos Turis completely missing. He gets zone 5. He put a wheel here, so it would have been a 0, but not a very good run from Bambos Turis. Those fireballs shooting out of the bonnet are ridiculous. But he needs to tidy up his run. He missed most of the zones. He came in on a wrong line and then completely missed that zone. Was too shallow for zone 3, 4. He got zone 5 though. Then we have Alexis Harris. Could have been deeper in zone 3. Pushes the car to zone 4. He needs to slow down. Whoa, that was really close. Pushes the car to zone 6. Gets it very nicely. Zone 6, 7 and 8, he does a nice job of it. I feel like he transitioned a little bit too late for zone 9, and zone 10 he missed it. Checking his photos, making sure he's getting some cool stuff. Look at that sunset down there. The whole sky is orange. Looks amazing. Good thing there's a bit of wind still and all the smoke can get out of the parking. Sorin coming in a bit too straight there. His line's not going to be great because he's already messed up on the first 3 zones and he's shut down the run. When Sorin came in, he came in fast and it looked like he didn't go sideways and he came in a bit straight. Like when you think about it, semi-slicks cost around 150 euros a corner. So to do a run, you're paying 300 euros for 2 tires and then you mess up your line and then drift just half of the track. I don't understand this. I understand the drivers want to get the feel of their car, but when you're using it for 300 euros for just 2 runs, it's a little bit expensive. Eftigios transitioning to zone 4. He stops on zone 5. There's no lights on this turn here. I'm sure we've got lights over here in this corner. Yeah, I think that tower there needs to be turned on. Where's Mario? Good thing is there is some good air tonight. Because normally the air dies down in the night and then all the smoke just accumulates in the parking lot. Savas SP transitions for zone 3, gets it nicely. Zone 4, very nice. Very close for zone 5. Powers the car to zone 6, 7, 8. Bravo Resava, puts a wheel out though. Transition. He transitioned and he completely went off with 2 wheels off the track. The line that's there, the dotted line that's right there, is the outside of the track. They need to be in a zone. I keep saying it because I don't want the drivers to mess up tomorrow during the race day. Make sure you get the inner zone across the finish line. The reason it's there is because we don't want the cars going too wide towards the grandstand. And when the twins come, maybe a car gets pushed out and he hits the wall where the grandstand is. Simos Tikis transitioning for zone 4, gets it nicely. Zone 4. D-cells for zone 5, straightens the car. He's just going to drive around the track so he can check it without wasting any tires, as he messed up on the D-cell zone and straightened. And goes back up to the start line. Where is everybody from in the chat? Let's see the countries, or is it all people from Cyprus? Next run. We've got Bambos Halarambos coming in hot. Transitioning for zone 3, gets it nicely. Pushes the car with a little dab of the brakes. Could have been deeper in zone 4. Pushes the car out to zone 6, gets that nicely, a little bit dab on the handbrake for zone 7 and 8. Transitioning through zone 9, and a little bit too far off zone 10. But much better than the other drivers so far. We've got Bolis Costandino. Transition, could have been a bit deeper in zone 3. A dab of the brakes for zone 4, could have been deeper there. Gets zone 5 nicely. Pushes to out of zone 6, 7, and 8. Very nice from Bolis on those 3 zones. Through the zone. He did a nice run there from Bolis Costandino. Got most of the zones very nice. Could have been a bit deeper for zone 4, where he dabbed a little bit too much on the brakes. But again, another driver who is missing zone 10. Transitioning into the track, we've got Kyriakos Mariutsoda with his E46. Could have been deeper in zone 3. A little bit of a correction for zone 4. D-cells gets zone 5, just about gets it. Gets a wheel out on the apex there. Pushes for zone 6, 7, and 8. And another driver who completely misses zone 10. Guys, I need to go inside for a drink. I'm shouting so much, I will not have a voice tomorrow. Oh my God. It's so quiet in here. Yeah, the windows are terrible. I mean, if I turn the light off in here, maybe we can see a bit better. No, the windows are terrible. They're going to have to be cleaned for tomorrow. I mean, the judges are not going to be able to. I mean, this window here, let's say we open this. Oh, the air conditioning is gone. But yeah, the windows are shocking. Maybe we can get somebody to clean them. Let's tell you Anidis so that they know for tomorrow. Bro, για αύριο μπορεί να είναι καλή ιδέα να καθαρίσει τα παράθυρα, γιατί δεν φαίνεται τίποτε. Ναι. I tell you I need this because he gets the job done. Every time I tell him something, he's so good at what he does, and he doesn't forget anything. So I know that they'll be cleaned up for tomorrow. Let's stand right here. We've got Andreas Wax coming in, gets zone 2, fills zone 3, pushes for zone 4 through the dirty windows, claims zone 5 nicely, transitions across the track, pedal to the metal, could have been deeper for zone 6 though. He gets zone 7, and he's shut down the line for some reason as he was doing very well. I do like the LED bars inside the front of his car. Something's happened for Wax. I hope he's okay, and I hope the car is okay. Wax had a lot of bad luck last year, and he's an amazing driver this year, doing really well in the Cyprus Drift Championship. Oh, they're LED, just LED tape on the front lights. I thought they were LED bars for a second. Perimene! I'm just shouting from the tower to the Marshal Marios, because maybe he can't hear. Μπορείς να ρέξεις, δεν πειράζει, με απλώς με σταθείς μπροστά από η κάμερα. Okay, we've got Tagamura coming in a little bit too hot, a bit too much angle there. Pushes the car to out of zone 3. Gets out of zone 4, decels for zone 5, but he misses it. Transitions powers to zone 6. Zone 6, he goes out 2 wheels. Zone 7 and into a spin. Shooting the cone on zone 6 into the other part of the layout. Guys, wait a second. I'm going to have a drink of water. I'm going to leave you guys there just for now. Just 2 minutes. Where's my bottle? If I'm still shouting, I'm really sorry. But I can barely hear my voice, so I feel like you can't hear me, and automatically I'm just shouting. Now we've got Theo Pastu. One second, people, I'm just going to go and get... I'll be back with you in a second, guys. What is that noise? Who is that? Oh, it's Andreas Wax. Andreas Wax's car has started up and he's heading back to the start line. Super happy about that and that he didn't break down. Oh, thank you, bro. Inshallah, mix up a ήταν καλύτερα πριν να ανοίξω, γιατί απλώς δεν φαίνεται. Now it was Eftichios, but he spun out on zone 5 just before zone 5. It's catching out a few of the drivers as they need to decel, and most of the layouts so far have been, the decel zones are like Not as vicious as the decel zone for this round. We've got Savas SP transitioning for zone 3, gets it nicely. Pushes the car to zone 4, a bit of the tap on the brakes, but misses zone 5 and puts a wheel out. He pushes the car to zone 6, flames coming out of the bonnet for zones 7 and 8. He gets it nicely, but puts the whole car out of the line. Transitions across the track and misses zone 10. He put a wheel out on this side, and then he put 2 wheels out over there. It's okay if you're in the shop, bro. I don't mind. Got one of the photographers here. He's crouching down because he doesn't want to interrupt the live stream at all. I appreciate it a lot because there's a lot of photographers that don't duck down. We've got Simos Tikis coming in, putting a wheel out. Coming in a little bit too fast as he transitions for zone 3 and 4. Pushes the car, just claims zone 5, transitions, pushes the car out to zone 6, goes off track with 1 wheel, gets zone 7 and 8, but it could have been deeper, misses zone 9, but almost gets zone 10. I haven't seen a run yet that I'm like super excited about. Everybody is missing at least 1 zone. We have Spiro coming in a little bit, missing zone 2. Could have been deeper in zone 3. Straightens before zone 4. Washes out, put 2 wheels off track, and shuts down the run. Just came back from shopping, what did I miss? You didn't miss much, mate. Bro, ο Παναής δεν ήρθε. Εν είδα τον Παναή μες στα pits, που έπια να μετρήσω το βαν μου σήμερα, είπε μου ο μετρητής ότι να τον μετρήσει. Λογικά να έρθει σήμερα. Μπορεί λίγο πιο μετά. Kyriakos Mario Tsoda, a little tap of the brakes, just claims in a zone 5. Pushes to outer zone 6, sorry, and shuts down the run. I don't know what happened there. Kyriakos Marios Tsodas, he's a really good driver in the pro category and very good with this E46. But I've heard rumors that he's building another drift car. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard rumors that it's going to be really, really nice. And knowing Andreas, his mechanic, he pays attention to the details, which I really like. See Christou coming in again, a little bit too vicious on the angle and scrubbing his speed down completely. Maybe he's too gripped up. A few more people arriving for the night practice. I think because it's night time and people have already finished work, gone home and had a shower, some people are like, you know what, let's go and see some of the night race, because it's special it being a night race in Cyprus. It only happens once a year. We have Tagamura puts out 2 wheels as he transitions over to zone 3. Could have been deeper. Zone 4 he gets it well, a bit too fast though, and he'll miss zone 5. Transitions across the track, fills zone 6. Makes a mistake there and adds a bit too much angle, which makes him run a shallow line for the rest of the layout. Misses zone 9 and misses zone 10. Στέλιος θα έχει και διπλά περάσματα. So somebody's asked now if there will be twins later on. I don't know, but I imagine yes. I'm going to say it now in Greek, as we have Pampos Nikolaou coming into the track. Μπορεί να έχει διπλά, αλλά είναι πιο μετά γιατί ακόμα να έβρουν την πίστα οι οδηγοί. Pampos Nikolaou pushing for zone 6, full on the throttle, straightens a little bit, gets zone 8, gets zone 9, and now he's finding zone 10. One of the first drivers to actually play with his car here, dab the brakes so that he can get close to the inner zone across the finish line. So, αν με άκουσες πριν, μάλλον θα κάνουν περάσματα διπλά, αλλά επειδή ακόμα να βρουν την πίστα σωστά για τα μονό περάσματα, μάλλον να γίνουν πιο μετά τα διπλά. Theopastou, transitioning for zone 3, missing it slightly. Zone 4, gets zone 5 nicely, but puts 2 wheels out. Transitions across the track, power zone for zone 6, 7, he could have been deeper, but he's in semi-pro. Misses zone 9, but gets zone 10. Finally, somebody to go to the zone 10. Theopastou is in semi-pro, so as I was talking before on the live, semi-pro last year, when they come round this turn, they had an inner clip because most of the drivers couldn't make it. This time they're not going to put an inner clip, they're going to have the outer clips, but they're going to be more lenient on the semi-pro category. Babutkas, E30, transitioning, getting zone 3 but could have been a bit deeper, washes onto a shallow line, scrubs too much speed but gets zone 5. Straightens there. You're welcome, bro. You're welcome. Anybody in the live, if you want to ask any questions, whether it's in English or in Greek, write the question. I'll answer it in English so that the viewers know what the question was, and then I'll answer in Greek, because some people don't speak English. We've got Eptichios transitioning for zone 3, gets it nicely. Goes through zone 4, decels, misses zone 5, transitions across the track, pedal to the metal to get zone 6. Too shallow line from Eptichios around 7 and 8, gets zone 9 but misses zone 10. Zone 10 isn't wrong. Το zone ενταμέ εν inner clip, ο λόγος που ενταμέ είναι επειδή οι κριτές δεν θέλουν τους οδηγούς να πάνε προς την κερκίδα αν πας γίνει δυστύχημα στα διπλά περάσματα. Simos Tikis gets zone 3 really nicely. Gets zone 4 nicely. Decels a bit for zone 5. Claims zone 5. Very nice run from Simos Tikis. He might have put a wheel off on the grass pedal. Gets zone 6, 7, 8. Misses zone 9 but gets zone 10. Not a bad run from Simos Tikis. If he got zone 9, it would have been quite a good run. What is going to happen on the twins? I'll tell you just after this run. Savas, E46 para engine, misses zone 3 and zone 4. It's going to wash past zone 5 because of his mistake. Powers to outer zone 6 but could have been deeper. Misses zone 7. Gets zone 8 but not enough. Transitioning. Misses zone 9 and just about gets zone 10. So for the... What is going to happen on the twins? So on the twins, they want the drivers, when they do the... If it's for the inner clip you're asking me, when they do the inner clip, they want the drivers to be closer there, because if they're out, then the other car will be too close to the grandstands and there could be an accident. If somebody makes a mistake, he'll wash out wide and he'll hit the wall of the grandstands, and we don't want that happening. Savas Spirou shuts down the run. But we're going to wait for the twins. I think maybe we'll have a few twins, but it will be towards the end of the drift practice session. Or if some drivers have spoken in the pits and they're like, let's go do a twin. CH Lois, no, Kostas Parsi. Transitions, gets zone 3 but could have been deeper. Zone 4 gets it pretty well. Decels, gets zone 5 but puts a wheel out. Pushes the car to zone 6. gets zone 7, but I can't really see how deep he's getting it. Zone 8. Transitions get zone 9. And across the line, missing zone 10. Sugar Racing! Woo! Sugar Racing in the chat. Hit him up on Instagram for anything carbon fiber related. He's made a nice rotary RX-7 table that's up for sale. Kyriakos Marios Sodas goes to zone 3, gets zone 4, decels for zone 5, but just clips it. Transitions across the track, down to zone 6, 7, and 8 with fire shooting out of the exhaust. Too much angle, scraps his speed, and shuts down the run. I'm going to close the window a bit. I want a bit of air conditioning. Anton, I don't think Igor is here today. Either he came earlier today because his car is in the pits. So either he came earlier today and he left, or he's coming back tonight but later. I don't know. I haven't spoken to him today. We've got CH Loizo getting zone 2. Transitions, get zone 3. Could have been a little bit deeper. Zone 4 is quite good, but spins before zone 5. I'm going to go outside on the balcony because I can't see anything through these windows. For all of the spectators watching the live stream, this bit here is really hard because you're coming in with so much speed and you're running the outside zone, and like around here you need to start slowing down to make it for this. Then putting down all the throttle to push yourself from zone 5 up towards zone 6. It's quite a big distance, and it's then back onto the outside line again. Kame Bojindo initiate.
Cyprus style drifting.
You should be with a Diplogambino though.
Kame Bodundo initiate.
I'm εντύπωση that no one's built a Diplogambino yet for drifting. It would be amazing. Getting L200, put a 2J in it.
Imagine Panais coming in this race with a eco engine in the L200.
Panais, he modifies only weird cars. So he's done the Sapporo that I'd never seen one before. And now this year he's racing with a Gallant. Bambos Nicolau. Getting zone 3, but could be a little bit deeper. Zone 4 is nice, but he's going too fast. He's going to miss zone 5. Transition. Pushes the car to 6. Gets 6 nicely. Gets 7 nicely. Gets 8 nicely. Come on, Bambo! Through zone 9 and almost gets zone 10. Probably the best lap of the day from Bambos Nicolau with his BMW LS powered monster. I will tell him for this. We have got Kyriakos Aristidou, E46 with we've got a X5 engine. He decels for zone 5, misses it, just about. Straighten, pulls the handbrake to get back onto the racing line, but is a little bit too shallow as he comes round to transition for zone 9 and goes almost got zone 10. Yeah, if teams want to hire me as a spotter, maybe for next year, because I'm leaving now, I will be very harsh on you and tell you how it is. We've got Theo Pasto coming in with his S14. He transitions, gets zone 3, but could be deeper. Zone 4 could be a little bit deeper there, but decels for zone 5, missing it. Pushes the SR20 to full throttle to get zone 6, 7, and 8. Transitions for zone 9, but goes out too wide and misses zone 10 completely. Who's arrived now? We've got El Toredo. Babutas coming in with the E30. Transitioning, just missing zone 3, missing zone 4. D-Cells gets a little bit of zone 5. Brake and touching. Flash kicks the car to try and reach zone 6, but misses that. Shallow line almost claiming one of the lights there. So Babutas, this is not his car. This is Takamura's old car from about 3-4 years ago. It's the best run that he's done so far. He just needs a little bit more practice to get used to the feeling of the E30. Eftigios transitioning for zone 3, gets it very nicely. Gets zone 4 nicely, but too much accelerator. Pushes out to zone 6, on the edge of the track as he goes through zone 7, comes up to zone 8, too much angle, missing zone 8, through zone 9 and washing to the outside line through zone 10. Eftigio, bro, if you watch the live later, you need to decel at zone 4 to reach zone 5. He didn't tap the brakes at all. You can see on the front windshield, you can see when they're tapping the brakes. He didn't brake at all, so he missed zone 5 completely. Neophytos Figartu coming in hot to the edge of the track. Transition for zone 3, but could be deeper. Zone 4, he gets it pretty well. Slightly missing zone 5 by pushing the car out to zone 6. 7. Washed off the line a little bit now, missing zone 8. Flash kick through zone 9. I expected Figarto to drive better tonight, considering he did the translation of the briefing from English to Greek. So he knows it, having said it and spoken about the layout. Maybe he needs to watch the briefing. Maybe the translation took away from him paying attention. Vamos Turiz, missing zone 3, missing zone 4, slowing down for zone 5, getting zone 5, transitioning, pushing the car to outer zone 6, but missing 6. He's on a shallow round line, missing zone 7 and missing zone 8. Transitions through zone 9, and he tried to get close to zone 10, but he missed zone 10 as well. I'd be the best spotter in drifting, bro. What are you talking about? Costas Sparsis getting zone 4, needs to slow down for zone 5 or he's going to miss it. Powering out to outer zone 6. 7, he could have been a bit deeper. 8, he gets it really well. Transitions through zone 9. And again, he misses zone 10. I'd be the best spotter, and I'll tell you why. I pay attention at the briefing, and I don't say no bullshit. I sometimes listen to what the spotters are telling their drivers, and they're not telling them the entire truth. And then the drivers wonder why they don't do a good line. You have to be honest, and there must be discipline to be a spotter. We've got CH Loizu. Gets the inner zone. Transitions to zone 3, but scrubs too much speed with the angle. Shuts down the run. He flicked it with too much angle there and just scrubbed out all his speed. Whee! Whee! I'd love to be an FPV pilot. They must have so much fun when flying these things. Kyriakos Aristidou gets zone 2. Transitions across the track for zone 3, gets it nicely, powers on for zone 4. Needs to decel a little bit. Whoa, that was a close one from Kyriakos Aristidou. Straightens the car a little bit, back onto the handbrake, but doesn't have enough power to push the car out sideways. Kyriakos Aristidou driving E46 powered by an X5 V8, and he's in the semi-pro category. Next run. Bambos Nicolau, zone 2. Transition for zone 3, very nice. Zone 4, very nice. You need to slow down, Bambo. Into a spin at zone 5. Bambo's looking really good. He just needs to slow down at zone 4 for zone 5, and he'll have quite a good run, and then get zone 10. We've been live for 1 hour and 56 minutes so far. Let's go have another drink of water. Let's not. Let's film this run. Coming into the track, we've got Bolis Constantinou transitioning for zone 3. Very nice, Wally. Into zone 4 again. Very nice. Decels. Gets zone 5. Transitions across the track. Power puts 2 wheels out. Gets zone 6, but he did put a wheel out. Zone 7 and 8. Very nice. Transitions for zone 9, but misses zone 10. Wasn't a bad run. Looking good from Bolis Constantinou there. He did wash out a bit too much on zone 6 and put 2 wheels out, but got it back in for zone 7, 8 and 9, but then missed zone 10. We have a correction from Alexis Harris as he enters the track. He does manage to get zone 3. He gets zone 4, he needs to slow down, and shuts down the run. I mean, his run from the beginning was a little bit scrappy. He came in with far too much speed and the car didn't kick out sideways. So he messed up his run. Neophytos Figartou gets zone 2. Transition. Gets zone 3, but could be a little bit deeper. Zone 4, he slows down, but misses zone 5. Transition. Pedal to the metal for the SR20 of Neophytos Figartou as he gets 6, 7, and 8. Gets 9, and misses 10. I might take my shoes off. My feet are killing me. I mean, it's not very... maybe I won't. There's loads of bird shit on the floor. Bambos Zurich comes in. Again, he's completely on the wrong line. He's very shallow, around 3-4. Slows down for 5. He almost gets it. Transitions up to 6, better than his last run. 7, 8, he did not get 8. 9, and almost spins out across the track. I don't know what Bambo is doing wrong, but he needs to go on the outer line. He's far too shallow on all of his runs. Ade Bambo. Bambo stepped away from the championship 2 years ago to run the championship, and now he's decided to get behind the wheel again. We've got Kostas Spartis, LC Racing, as he gets zone 3, quite nice. Pushes the car through zone 4, needs to decel, missing zone 5, puts a wheel off, puts another wheel off on the apex, pushes to zone 6 nicely. Could have been deeper in zone 7, gets zone 8, quite nice, but could have been about 30 centimeters deeper. Transitions across zone 9 and misses zone 10, and across the line for Kostas Sparsis. LC Racing driving an R32 Skyline with an R34 front end, powered by an RB engine. I will have no voice left tonight, no way. I'll be surprised if I can talk tomorrow. Then we've got Daniel down there on the drone, getting ready to fly off. Even his drone's got neon lights for the night race. Kyriakos Marios Tsodas comes through, gets zone 2. Transitions across the track, gets zone 3 very nicely. Little dab of the brakes as he goes through zone 4. Just slightly misses zone 5 and transitions across the track. Pushes the car with fireballs coming out of the exhaust for zone 6, 7. Pushes the car out to zone 8. Transitions through zone 9 and misses zone 10. A nice run by Kyriakos Marios Tsodas. He needs to dab a little bit more brakes after zone 4 to get zone 5. He almost had it. He just needed to be another 50 centimeters deeper. And he needs to get zone 10. Sorin coming in hot, puts one wheel out. Transitions, misses zone 3. Pushes for zone 4. Too much on the accelerator. Puts 2 wheels out, too much angle, and messes up his line completely. Stefan Sorin filling the whole area with smoke. The wind is still quite present, so the smoke is leaving the car park area quickly, but he needs to work on his racing line. Pop, pop, bang, bang. Who's coming into the parking lot? We've got Torin, El Toredo, misses zone 3. Misses zone 4, slows down for zone 5, misses zone 5. Puts the wheel on the apex, pushes the car and pulls the handbrake to try and make zone 6, but shuts down the run. El Toredo is also in semi-pro, so they will be lenient for zone 6 and 7. And it was his first run of the day as well. Alexis Harris transitions, gets zone 3 very nice, stays at the edge of the track as he powers round, dabbing a little bit of the brakes, missing zone 5 on the inner clip, pushing the car to outer zone 6. You can hear the turbo scream as he goes through 7. He claims the cone. 8, he gets it nicely. Transitions for zone 9, gets it nicely. But unfortunately, he misses zone 10. Wow, I could hear the 2J screaming for its life on that run. Moving in, we've got CH Loizu. Gets zone 3. So much smoke I can barely see. Again, he messes up for zone 5. Ade Christomu, get a good run down with your blue neon lights. We were fitting the neon lights at the garage yesterday or the day before yesterday. So much smoke currently in the parking. The wind has died down a bit, but it's still quite windy, as you can see from the hay bale. Kyriakos Marios Tsodas gets zone 2. Transitions across the track, gets zone 3, nice and deep. A tap on the bit of left foot braking, it looks like. He needs to slow down a little bit more to get zone 5 as he transitions across the track, powers out until zone 6. Flames shooting out of his exhaust for zone 7. Comes through zone 8, very nice from Kyriakos Marios Tsodas. Transitions across the track, but misses zone 10. Sodas' runs are getting better, run after run. He is missing zone 10 and he needs to scrub a little bit more speed from zone 4 to claim zone 5, which is the inner zone. Bambos! Halarambos! Gets zone 3, could have been a tad deeper. Gets zone 4. Slows down, gets just the tip of zone 5, powers over to zone 6, a little dab of the brakes as he goes through zone 6, 7 and 8. Could have been a little bit deeper on zone 8, transitions through zone 9 and almost got zone 10, but he needs to bring it in a little bit closer to the cone. I don't want them to delete zone 10 because the drivers need to learn what the judges are asking for. They need to accomplish it. And if zone 10 is making it harder for them, I want it to make it harder for them because this will make them grow as a driver and make their skills even better. If we just take it away, we're making it easy for them. We want them to put on a nice show for the spectators as well. So putting these hard zones just makes it a little bit harder for the drivers and it gives them a challenge. I would hate to drive in the championship and not feel that I need to be challenged and get better from every race. So I think that's why we should keep zone 10 in for the race. Hate House, the Cyprus Drift Championship. HIP also has underglow like Formula Drift. You don't like it that there's underglow? I like it. It gives a show to the spectators. Neons are sort of making a way back into the car scene again. I've seen quite a lot of cars rocking neons. I used to have neons on my Mini back about like 15 years ago. I got made fun of a lot for them. Everybody told me I had a car with a Christmas tree underneath it. But for drifting, it's kind of nice for the night races. It brings a little bit more spectacle for the cars and for photos. The photos come out really nice because it lights up all of the smoke. Savas, missing zone 3, missing zone 4, too fast, will miss zone 5. Completely on the wrong line as he misses zone 6, pushes the car to get zone 8, barely gets it, transitions through zone 9 and misses zone 10. Needs to be a little bit better on the it's 2025, not 2003. Yeah, bro, I get where you're coming from, but it's nice in the drifting. I like it. It gives, especially for media, because I've been media all my life, it gives it a different dimension to the photos and it lights up some of the smoke. And we can go back in time. We don't always have to be progressing with the future all the time. Theo Pastu could have been a bit deeper in zone 3, misses zone 4, slows down for zone 5, putting a wheel out, transitions across the track, pushes the SR to its limits, a little dab on the handbrake for zone 6, washes a shallow line for zone 8, gets zone 9 and misses zone 10. The J-Spot rules. Thank you, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't wait until I'm filming Drift Masters. I've enjoyed the years that I've filmed the Cyprus Drift Championship, but I want to see crazy drifting. Alexis Harris transitions for zone 3, gets it nicely as we move to zone 4. Dabbing a little bit of the brakes. Just getting zone 5. Pushes the car out to zone 6. Nice, a little bit of a sparks coming out of the brakes. Gets zone 6, 7, and 8. Pushes the car through zone 9 and misses zone 10. Not a bad run there from Alexis Harris. I really liked it. But I really want to see somebody get zone 10 and complete a complete lap of this layout for round 4 of the Cyprus Drift Championship, which is tomorrow. I imagine that it's going to start around... Where is there anybody of the organization here? Because I'm not coming tomorrow and I have no idea what time it starts. Red, do we know what time it starts tomorrow?
The actual race?
Yeah.
I think the qualification
4:30. CH Loizu coming in hot. Transitions for zone 3 could have been a little bit deeper. Zone 4, he has to slam his foot on the brakes now to get zone 5, missing zone 5. Transitions, powers the car into zone 6, could have been deeper. Pushes for zone 7 and 8. Gets zone 9 and misses zone 10. So Yorkos, the photographer, told me that the solo runs will be starting around 4:30 tomorrow afternoon for semi-pro. Then we'll move over to pro, and then the twins will start to go into the evening and the night. Kyriakos Marios Tsodas coming in hot. Handbrake. Gets zone 3, 4. He's dabbed the brakes now. Just missing zone 5. Powers on for zone 6, 7, and 8, looking nice. Transitioning for 9, but not getting close enough to zone 10. We want to see the drivers get close to zone 10. If any of you are watching in the pits, please tell your drivers that they need to come close to zone 10. It's an inside zone and it's across the finish line. Vamos, Jalarambos. Getting zone 3, filling the zone nicely. Dabbing a bit of the brakes, washing out of zone 4 a little bit. Just claiming zone 5 as he pushes his BMW through zone 6. Dab of the brakes through zones 7 and 8. Transition and across the line, missing zone 10. We will watch it with you, Modesto. Thank you, bro. Hi, Sparky. Hello, Alexandru. Bo, I haven't seen you in ages, bro. Crazy car of Harris. It's not Alexis Harris' car. Loros Francesco! A little bit too much angle there. He needs to slow down. Missing zone 5. Powering to zone 6. Loros missed the briefing. Shallow line for zones 7 and 8. Missing, and he takes out zone 10. At least somebody got close to it. Ρε, μπορεί κάποιος να πάει να βάλει τον κόνον πίσω στο 10. Μάριε, ο κόνος! Μάριε, με στείλεις! Alexis Harris is driving Andreas Wax's car. His car is currently being fixed. It's an S15 rocking a 2JZ. Let's see what other comments we have. You'll watch me in Drift Masters. Box in the lap. Ναι, τσάμε, πας στη γραμμή την μπλε. Thank you. It might look ugly to you, bro, but the drivers, they like it, so... For every one hate, you get a like. Cone is back on zone 10 as we have Simos Tikis coming in with his E36 powered by a 2JZ, around 900 horsepower, pushing through zone 4. missing zone 5, transitioning across the track, pedal to the metal for Simos Tichis as he gets zone 6, fire coming out for zone 7, pushing the car through zone 8 but could be deeper, transitioning through zone 9 and washing out wide and missing zone 10 as fire shoots out of his bonnet. Yeah, the tires with colored smoke though, box in the lap, they're not good for drifting. They're good for drifting for fun, but they're not very grippy. They're very slippery. So yeah, it's just, you can't put down the power where you need to with the colored tires. I've used them before and they're extremely slippery. I mean, they're built for burnouts and stuff like that. Guys, I'm just coming in here. I need a drink of water and I need to nip to the toilet. If you guys want to take a quick break, while I'm taking a break, it's going to be like 2 minutes, and we'll come back and finish and film the rest of practice. Give me 2 minutes, I'll be back. I'm going to show you what the FPV is going to get. I'm going to go and film his screen. Sava, we've got Spiru now. Enters, misses zone. He gets zone 3, but not all of it. Misses zone 4 and goes in on a spin just before zone 5. We'll go downstairs now. And we'll film what the FPV is getting so you can see what he's filming and see a run from a different angle. Let's head down there now, just before the next run. We'll do the next run because we're going to miss this one. Babuta's coming in. Not on the racing line. Straightened a little bit. Ooh, that was a bit scary just before the wall. Misses zone 5. Powers the car up to zone 6. But he's too shallow line. Pulls the handbrake a bit. Almost gets the light again. Let's go and see what the FPV is filming. But CH Loiz transitions for zone 3, pushes the car, puts 2 wheels out and goes into a spin. Huge burnout from CH Loizu. On the rev limiter, but completely missing. Zone 6 gets zone 7, but goes into a spin. I think CH Loizu needs to relax a little bit. He's a bit stressed for this race. But it takes time. I'll bring you a little bit of a different angle. We've got Bambos Halarambos coming around for zone 5. A bit too wide. Puts the wheel out on the apex. Gets zone 6. Pushes to zone 7 and 8, but could be deeper. Transitions for zone 9. And finally gets zone 10. I'm going to go back up to the tower because you can't see anything from down here. And once Daniel does his battery change, we'll go back and film the FPV. FPV pilot is called Czech FPV. I'll show you now, 1 second. Zoros Rajescu, getting zone 3, deep into zone 4, needs to slow down for zone 5, gets it nicely, transitions across the track, full throttle, missing zone 6, pushes out, misses zone 7, gets zone 8 though, transitions, and just misses zone 10. So the FPV pilot, his Instagram is that, VYK_FPV. Check him out, he's got lots of footage on there. Oh, it's very slippery here. There's a huge hole there. You don't want to step here, you go downstairs. Nice, all the way around on the outside line. Needs to slow down though for zone 5 or he's gonna miss it. Power from the 2JZ, spitting flames out of the bonnet as he misses zone 6. Gets zone 7 and 8. Transitions across the track, gets zone 9. And starts to creep into zone 10. Oh. Oh my god, I choked on my saliva then. Yeah, he creeped into zone 10. So we're seeing now Simos Tikis fight for zone 10 a little bit more, but he needs to slow down more for zone 5. Theo Pastu, S14, goes to zone 3, needs to be a tad deeper. Zone 4 looks nice, he slows down for zone 5, just about gets it. Puts 2 wheels off the track. Powers for zone 6, dab on the handbrake, misses zone 7, misses zone 8 and goes into a spin. Vasily, they haven't done any twins yet. They're still trying to figure out all of the clipping points. A lot of the drivers haven't managed to get all of them yet. Spiro going through zone 3, filling it nicely with his E30. Going through zone 4, he needs to slow down, going a bit too wide. He's going to almost puts the wheel out. Misses zone 6, a little bit drag on the handbrake, but too shallow as he comes through zone 7. Gets zone 8, but puts 2 wheels out. Transition. Full throttle. He missed a few zones there from Spiro. Needs to just tidy up his line a little bit longer. Oh, so nice to sit down. It's Riga, baby! I'll be going to Riga, Alexandru, and I will be filming El Agogo when I go. I'm going to drive from Cyprus to Riga. It's going to be insane. I'm going to do 7,500 kilometers to go to Riga, then Germany, and just travel a little bit around and go see the sights and go swim in some lakes and stuff like that. I can't wait to go. Whoa, a big correction there from El Toredo as he comes into the parking. Transitioning, but now his line is completely off. Dabbing of the brakes, missing zone 5 with all of the braking. And we go into a spin. El Toredo making a huge mistake on the initiation of the run and throwing his line off completely for the rest of the track. It is a shame we haven't had a twin yet. I would like to see a twin. We have a twin! Vamos Alarambos leading. Babutka's chasing. Vamos coming in for the inner zone, slowing down but missing zone 5. Transitioning across the track. Gets zone 6 but could be deeper, goes to zone 7. Babutkas cannot catch up. They transition across the track. Bambos gets zone 9 and misses zone 10. Wow, we wished for a twin and a twin happened. Yeah, it's been my dream for a long time to travel to Europe with a car and go and stay at Riga in the pits and stay in Ferropolis. I can't wait. It's a dream coming true. That's another thing that I would like to say. If you have a dream, go for it. Don't let anyone get in your way, and there'll be loads of haters. You don't listen to the haters. Use them as fuel. Simos Tikis completely didn't initiate there. Use the haters as fuel. Haters exist everywhere. I have loads of haters. I use their hate as fuel, and I just go and do all of my dreams and make them come true. Actions speak louder than words. So yeah, if you want to do something in your life, go for it. HGK over there, yeah, they have their headquarters just outside the Riga track, which I can't say it. I've Bikernusu, something like that. I've been to their garage once, but we weren't allowed inside because they've got lots of top secret stuff going on in their garage. Tagamura transitions, gets zone 3 nicely as he goes through zone 4. Throws a little bit of angle to scrap his speed, but misses zone 5. Powers up to zone 6. Claims zone 6. Nice consistent line through zone 7, but something went wrong and shuts down the run. Bambos Suris gets zone 2. Throws it out to zone 3, but could be a bit deeper. Little bit shallow as he brakes and goes almost into a spin on full low. Powers the car out to zone 6, gets it nicely. Changes his angle a little bit, shallows up, misses zone 7, 8, gets zone 9, and is quite close to zone 10. Much better run from Bambos Tsuris, but he still needs some work to get on all of the zones. He's not riding out zone 3 long enough. The judges want you on the outside of the track for zone 3 to zone 4. At zone 4, they want you to slow down. It's a decel zone until zone 5. They want you to get zone 5, obviously. Then power out to zone 6, 7, and 8. Transition for zone 9, and then finish on zone 10, which is the inner clip across the finish line. Again, I say it, zone 10 is there so that the drivers are closer to the zone and not closer to the grandstands, because on the twins, one of the drivers might be further out, wash out, lose control. There's lots of marbles. It's the pieces of tire that are left on the floor from zone 3, and they'll hit that stuff and they'll slam into the wall where the grandstands are, and we just want... Zone 10 is basically for safety for the grandstand. Yeah, the layout today is very technical and it's very tight. They come in with a lot of speed, and here in the decel zone you have to slow down a lot. It's a very harsh and vicious turn to come around here, so you need to slow down, and then you need to, as you slow down and you're not come to a stop, but you're quite slow, then you need to power up to go all the way up there. What are they doing? They're pulling Savas SP car, and I feel like one of the wheels isn't turning because it's making a dragging noise. Yeah, the back wheel, the back left wheel, it doesn't seem to be spinning. Wow, that tire is going to be ruined. Maybe it's got jammed up and they're trying to unlock it or something. Whee! Off goes the drone. One second, people. I kind of want to go up to the pits and see what's happening up there. Because there are not that many cars driving. Nobody's left yet. Alright, let's see who's coming into the pits, into the parking. El Toro! Toredo. Gets zone 3 but washes out a little bit. Misses zone 4, slows down, almost gets zone 5. Powers the car. Pulls a little bit of the handbrake, misses zone 6 and 7, pushes the car out, almost gets zone 8. Transitioning. He missed zone 9, but he did get zone 10. It's in here, my water. We have another car coming in. Oh, it's another twin. We've got Halarambos Bambos being chased by Babutas. Babutas going for a dive. As they slow down for zone 5, they miss it. Babutas is golden for the car. He goes for another dive, almost straight though. A lot of angle from Bambos Halarambos, which makes Babutas slow down too much and almost straightens and they cross the line. I'm going to turn the AC off in here because I'm not really in here that much and wasting electricity for no reason. Let's quickly nip outside just in case it's a twin. It's not, it's Bambos Nicolau. Just gets zone 5. Powers out until zone 6. Full throttle for this track. I don't know what this cable is here. It must be the cable that's holding up the live stream wire. All of these cables are for powering the live stream. Oh. There we go. Getting zone 3 nicely. He stayed in it this time. Gets zone 4. He needs to slow down now. Throw a little bit of angle. Misses zone 5. Powers out. Blades shooting out of the bonnet as he gets zone 6. A little bit of angle correction then and goes into a spin. Yeah, the E92 of Bambos Halarambos is really nice. Rocking pink livery like always. And lots of neon lights on the interior of the car, and it makes it light up really cool. Bambos Tsuris, he was doing well apart from missing zone 5. He did well, but he did too many angle corrections and put himself into a spin. We've got Alexis Harris. Transitions, could have been deeper in zone 3. Pushes the car to zone 4. Could have been deeper, but goes into a spin just before hitting zone 5. It must be such a nice change for the drivers to be drifting at night where it's nice and cool. I mean, in the cars it's probably boiling hot, but it would be even hotter if it was during the day. El Toredo. Transition. Could have been deeper for zone 3 and zone 4. Slows down. Misses zone 5. Puts the wheel out on the apex. Throws the car to zone 6. Doesn't quite make it. Gets a little bit of zone 8. Transitions across the track. Misses zone 9 and just about gets zone 10. Wow, 2 hours and 34 minutes of the live stream, people. Do you want me to film the rest of the practice, or would you like me to go up to the pits and show you the cars that are here? Let me know in the comments. Babutkas comes in hot, goes through zone 3, could have been a tad deeper, misses zone 4, little bit of the brake, but goes a bit too wide around zone 5, pushes the car, big shallow around 7 and 8. And he gets zone 10. Θέλετε να πάω να δούμε τα αυτοκίνητα στα garage, στα pits, ή θέλετε να μείνω εδώ και να βγάλω το live? I'm going to say in English now. Do you want me to go up to the pits and show you some of the cars and what's going on in the pits? Or do you want me to stay and film the practice? Spiru. Transition. A little bit too shallow. Doesn't decel. Pushes the car to outer zone 6. Misses outer zone 6. Misses outer zone 7. Gets outer zone 8. Transitions, gets outer zone 9 and misses zone 10. No pits, as in no, you want to see the pits, or drift practice. So we've got action, drift practice, net αυτοκίνητα, no pits. So you don't want me to go to the pits, that's what I'm getting. Could this be a twin? No, I can only hear one car. We've got Alexis Harris. Transitions, gets zone 3 nicely. He's on the outer edge of the track as he goes through zone 4. Needs to brake more though for zone 5 as he misses it. Shuts it down, goes 2 wheels out, and then goes into almost a spin across zone 7. I'll stay at the parking and we'll watch the practice. Yes. En καλά τα shots νύχτα. Ναι. Πόσο να εσώεις? Σου βγάλει κόκκους. Μικρή οθόνη. Πόλης Κωνσταντίνου. Getting zone 4. Needs to slow down more for zone 5. Powers out to outer zone 6. Dab of the brakes. Pushes to zone 8. Transitions across through zone 9. And almost gets zone 10. Yeah, it's a good place up here. It's a bit windy, which I hope is not translating to the audio of the live. I'm trying to protect the microphone as best as I can. If I put the lav mic, it's going to be too loud of me shouting. El Toredo. Transitions for zone 3. Misses it. Misses zone 4. Slows down for zone 5. Gets zone 5. Powers up to zone 6. Just gets zone 6. Gets zone 7. Could be a bit deeper for zone 8. Transitioning across the track for zone 9. And missing zone 10. Gets zone 2, scrap too much speed, gets back on the accelerator for zone 3 and zone 4, needs to slow down a little bit here, dab at the brakes but misses zone 5, transitions, powers the car up to zone 6, gets zone 6, gets zone 7 as I can see, but washes off the line. Misses zone 8, transitions across zone 9, just about got it, and he clipped the cone on zone 10. Μάριε! Θέλει να διασταυρώσει! Μάλλον μετά τον τώρα. Neophytos Figatu coming in. Transitioning. Needs to be a bit deeper in zone 3. Zone 4, a little correction on the steering. Missing zone 5. Powers up to zone 6. Gets zone 6 nicely. Gets zone 7. Needs to be a bit deeper on zone 8. Transitions through zone 9 nicely and just about gets zone 10. Nine to 10 needs a fast transition. Could bridge. Yeah, you need to ride out zone 8. Transition to have the back of the car go through zone 9 because a lot of the cars they're almost going through it with the front, and then aim to finish on zone 10. So like what I would do is I would transition across and then straight away my eyes are onto zone 10 so that I can get across and go across the finish line. I think the drivers have forgotten about zone 10. The amount of people that are missing it. Kyriakos Marius Sola gets zone 3 nicely. A little dab on the brakes as he goes through zone 4. A correction on the steering. Just about missing zone 5. Powers the car out to zone 6. Gets zone 7 nicely. A little dab on the brakes. Goes through zone 8. Rides it out. Flicks the car through zone 9. And just about claims zone 10. That was a nice run by Kyriakos Marios Tsoda. He needs to be just a little bit closer to zone 10, and he needs to figure out what he's doing with zone 5. He is braking. You can see his brake lights come on, but he's not braking enough to slow it down to claim zone 5. Spiro, E30. Through zone 3, could be a lot deeper. Zone 4 the same, slows down for zone 5 but goes into a spin. BMW E46, Bara driver, Savas Ioannou, bro. Alright. Sorry, I made a mistake there, man. It's not Savas, it's Savas Ioannou. Thank you for the correction. I really got mixed up with another driver. Savas Ioannou. Wrong, could bridge, can bring big advantage for the leader at the end. Yes, of course it will bring a big advantage to the leader at the end. Whoops! Alexis Hari. Alexandru, the cone there on zone 10, it's mainly there to bring the drivers closer to this way, because if they were on an outside zone, the chaser would be too out and it's a safety issue. We don't want the cars getting close to the grandstand. If anybody washes out too wide, they'll go into the marbles of zone 3 and they'll hit the wall. That's the reason zone 10 is there. Ephigios transitions, gets zone 3 well. A little dab on the brakes for zone 4. Slows down, gets zone 5. Powers up to zone 6. Nice run from Ephigios. Washes off zone 8 though. Transitions to zone 9 and washes wide around zone 10. is Costantino. 30 centimeters deeper in zone 3 and it would have been really nice. Slows down for zone 5. Just about gets it. Powers his LS but straightens and shuts down the run. Oh. El Toredo far too deep. He would have hit the cone on zone 2, missed slightly zone 3, and he's gone into a spin for zone 5. El Toredo, he came in far too close to the inner zone. There's no cone at the moment on the inner zone at the initiation right there, but he was far too, he would have annihilated the cone if it was there. I have no idea what time it is. It's 10. Practice is going to finish actually in 2 minutes. So I'm going to make my way to the pits to see what's going on there, because the track needs to close at 10. So that they can repaint the track and have it ready for tomorrow's race. Kyriakos Aristidou gets zone 3, gets zone 4, slows down, gets zone 5, looks like a nice run from Kyriakos Aristidou. He powers his car up to zone 6, could have been a little bit more on the angle, gets zone 7, could be a bit deeper in zone 8, transitions across zone 9 and washes wide on zone 10. Stay with me, guys. I'm going to walk up to the pits and see what's going on. I don't think there are going to be that many runs more, to be honest. Track closes in 2 minutes. It's going to be the last runs of the night. PH Loizu makes a correction. It's going to wash wide around 5, puts one wheel out, goes into a spin. He's not new, that guy, bro. He's Savas SP. I think you're talking about the E36 Compact. So, Pambos Tsuri. Sounds like he's shut it down. Powers to zone 6, 7, fireballs shooting out, a little correction to the steering and shuts down the run. Standing on the biggest marshmallow. I wonder if I could go stand in the middle there. Transitions, I can't really see how deep in the zone he is. I'm on the wrong hay bale, I should be on that one. Let's try get on this one, but I need a bit of a run up. I'm not as young as I used to be. Oh shit, I almost went off the other side. Whoa! Almost a backside entry on the initiation into a spin from Kyriakos Mariutsoda. What are these things doing here? How big are these bolts? Oh, they are huge. They must be here for tomorrow's event. I'm going to put it back again. So we've got Tagamura leaving, going to do some adjustments back at the garage. We've got Tagamura leaving, going to do some changes to the car back at the garage. I'm actually running out of battery. I need to plug in my power bank. 1 second, people.
Finally, some apple juice. Damn, that's good.
Maybe practice is finished? Nope. One more run. Theo Pasto coming in. Too much angle and goes into a spin. Ooh. That didn't sound good. Can't see what he's doing on zone 5. He's straight and back into drifting. Misses zone 6, pushes the car out to zone 7. Zone 8. Gets zone 9 and just about gets zone 10. Ο Χρήστος Λοΐζου είναι μέσα στους οδηγούς που θα πάνε Σέρες. Δεν έχω ιδέα. Νομίζω είναι αρκετά νωρίς να ξέρουμε ποιοι είναι να πάνε Σέρες. Πρέπει να τελειώσουν τους αγώνες όλους και να δούμε τους πόντους τους και να δούμε, νομίζω είναι οι πρώτοι 7 οδηγοί που πάνε Σέρες, αλλά μπορεί να κάνω λάθος. Ευτύχιος Ευτύχιου! Goes to zone 3, nice, a nice stab on the brakes as he's on the outside line through zone 4. We have no idea what he's doing in zone 5 as we wait for him to power out until zone 6. Pushes the car to the outer zones on the outer line. A little bit too much angle, washes off zone 8. Transitions to zone 9 and finishes the run on zone... and he finishes far away from zone 10. I've been speaking for 3 hours, people. Forgive me if I'm making some mistakes. I'm going to go out to the pits. I need to have a bit of a break from talking as well. Bambos Souris. Fireballs shooting through the bonnet of Bambos Souris RB powered S13. I could stand here for one run if there are any more runs. It's practice. On the race day, no way you would be allowed to. No way you'd be allowed to stand here. Theo Pastu goes through zone 3, Zone 4 behind the tower. Slows down. Gets zone 5. Powers up to zone 6. Gets zone 7. 8. Transitions through zone 9. A little bit too late and washes out too wide around zone 10. Let's just make sure we don't get... We know where he is because he probably can't see me. Now a quick run across the track. We've got Evklidis here, our subscriber. Με ρόμπο εμπάστα σερκά. Σε καλά. Να κλείσετε 10.
Και 10.
10 κυπριακά.
10.
I'm just asking what time they're closing. Guys, 1 second, I'm going to climb up on this tower. This is the last run of the practice, I've just been told. Wow, it's so dark here, you can't see anything. Looks like it's Doros Francescu with the yellow lights. Yep. Gets zone 2, powers across the track in the middle where the judges wants them. Could have been a bit deeper in zone 3. Pushes the car out to zone 4. We can't see what he's doing at zone 5, but it looked like he went a little bit wide. He powers the car into zone 6. Could have been about 30 centimeters deeper. Fire shooting out of the car as he misses zone 6. The car looks like it's on fire underneath the car. Woo! His back wheel is on fire. He's on fire. Get a fire extinguisher. And φωτιά. I got the fire extinguisher out. I'm bringing the fire extinguisher with me. Ναι ρε, αλλά μην μπορείς να λαλείς.
Εμμυρίστηκα το τι κατεβαίνουν.
Επέρνεν πολλά σε μια φάση, αλλά έσβησαν που πιες να σταματήσει. Marius is explaining to the spectators that are standing here that they're not allowed to intervene with the safety. One of the spectators stopped him far away from all of the fire extinguishers. If it was a huge fire, we would have to run here and get the fire extinguishers. Because I've worked at Akhna Speedway before, I know the protocol, so that's why I grabbed the fire extinguisher with me. But that's the last run of the day. From here with Mario, we finish with fire. Oh, we burned the flag. Guys, I'm gonna walk up to the pits. A nice fiery end there for the fourth round practice of the Cyprus Drift Championship. Now let's walk up to the pits and see what everybody else is doing up there. A little bit of action right there on the end. I want to ride up to the pits, I can't be bothered to walk.
Το λοιπόν είμαστε μέσα Clio Sport DCI.
We're in a Clio Sport.
DCI όμως.
DCI, I've been told to state that because maybe it's something special.
Και είναι 500 αγορά.
It's 500 euros if you want to buy it.
Τώρα.
And it's 1 year on the road. And now we're in the pits. VIP delivery. Alright, so now we're up at the pits. I'm going to do a pit walkthrough and then I'm going to cut off the live because we've been live for now 30 seconds. We'll be at 3 hours. We've got Neophilos Figartou right here with his S13 with the MazWorks engine. Looking very nice, neat and tidy thanks to the light. Then we move over to Babuta's, his borrowed car from Dagis Takamura's old car from back in the day. Then we move over to Kyriakos Aristidou and all the drift track boys. These are the guys that we drift with on the weekend. Then we've got Spiro with his E30. We've got Simos Tikis. His car is up on jacks as they're doing some fixing. The good thing about having neon lights is that you have a lot of light while you're working on your car. Check out Simos Tikis. Savas Spirou's car is all wrapped up, ready to go for tomorrow. We quickly nip who's been put on the trailer here. We've got Andreas Wax. He's on the trailer, probably needs to go back to the garage to just do some tune-ups. Savas Ioannou with his E46 Bara engine. Then we've got Sodas' E46 as well, doing some last-minute tweaks to it while the driver is chilling in his director's chair. Bambos Nicolaou finished and gone home already. This is Savas Spirou. Maybe he is racing with his practice car. Bambos Tsouris with his RB-powered S13. Passenger is a can of nitrous. You can just about see it. Then we've got Chaburas. Is it Chaburas' car or is it Oh, it's Alexis Harris S13, which is actually Andreas Wax's car, but it's been lent to Alexi Hari. Then we have LC Racing. It's an R32 with an R34 front end, powered by an RB engine. Then we've got Theo Pastu with their new car, but they have an E46 as well, but they're building it currently. This car has been made for him to practice and to compete this year in the middle of the season, rocking a Rocket Bunny kit, bottle of nitrous, and the car is really nice. It's all fresh, clean, as it's a brand new build. Then we've got CH Loisu's S13 rocking a 2JZ at around 900 horsepower. Baris is doing some tuning on the laptop. And then we've got Bambos Halarambos with his beautiful E92 beast of a car. Kyros Artemiou E36. Sorin Stefanou with his turboed BMW E46. Igor with his M3 powered E36. Here is Bolis' brand new car for this season, powered by an LS. Everything is new on this car, version 3 Wisefab at the front, I think. Car is up on the stands at the moment. I'm just going to show you inside. Look at that, so clean. I love these white interiors, they look so nice. I love this car, it's really cool. And I'm super happy for Bolis that he's built finally his car that he can actually put on a good show for everybody. Doros Francescu is doing some tuning with Nikis. Nikis' son was racing in the championship, but he has stopped this year. I don't know the reasons yet, but I'm sure we'll see him back in the championship next year. Then we have Eftichiou with his BMW turboed E46, another E46, and then we finish off with Jabura's car. Used to be the car of Athna Speedway. It's a V6 powered 350Z engine powering an S15. And it's fiberglass front and rear clamshell. Anyway guys, from me at the J Spot and the sweat dripping down my face, thank you for watching this live stream. We'll see you guys. Well, the next time you'll see me is going to be in Riga in Latvia for Drift Masters, filming Elagogo and the rest of the drivers. But until then, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, this live, and we'll see you guys on the next one from here at Athna Speedway. And all the drivers, good night. Hope you have a great, amazing weekend. And we'll see you all next time I do a live in Hungary, in Latvia for Drift Masters. Elagogo there, or he's just doing Drift Masters this year. And we'll be going to find him in the road. Hopefully we'll go in a convoy and we'll drive up to Latvia and then we'll go together to Ferropolis. Anyway guys, thanks for watching again. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and please press a like on the live if you enjoyed watching this round's live stream. Good night everybody.